Hey, yo.
What it do?
What's up, family?
What's going on?
What's good? Miss Lopez, how are you doing? Good to have you back.
Yes, sir. I'm doing very, very well. How are you?
I am wunderbar.
Never heard that before, but
I need you to elaborate. What does that mean?
You know,
That's
I don't
wonderful
know.
in German, dude. That's wonderful
Thank
in German.
you. Thank
my
you,
grandma
my
Marcia says that all the time.
Thank you. You fucking uncultured sons of bitches.
Yeah.
I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, dog. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
I don't either.
I don't know.
How's Goodyear doing?
Hey, okay, Jessica, how's this? Muy bueno. There you go. I know you speak Spanish.
That was terrible.
I know.
That was terrible.
It was terrible.
Oh, you know what it is, Jessica? He thinks he's smart, and then the cowboy hat just fucks it all up. Just
I don't care. Everybody.
hey, that's what gave it away.
Whatever. Everybody hates Cowboys. I don't care. I'm gonna just sit here in my $350 worth of Cowboys gear and give y'all the thing.
I'm in Arizona. We just lost the World Series, and we're the shittiest football team on the planet. I don't have room to talk shit.
I couldn't, honestly, man. Like, I was following. I was following through my son the World Series type stuff, and I knew it was the Rangers and the Astros, and he had told me that the Astros lost, but I didn't even know we were playing the Diamondbacks until they won or whatever. Yeah, Kyle. I'm telling you what, we're gonna ban.
Kyle following through, man.
Oh, J-Lo. That's right. J-Lo. That is her new name for the show. J-Lo.
Actually, where's the beard at? That's what I want to know. Where's the
beard
at?
I'm not going to put that thing on, you guys. I look hideous.
That's right. The beard. Man, I forgot about that.
It's when Jimmy Durden comes on. Or not Jimmy Durden.
Jimmy's the man. I love Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy?
I know Jimmy.
Dude, oh man, we love Jimmy, bro. He is like so freaking
It's not
awesome.
Jimmy though, it's Henry Sheldon.
Dude,
the carnival man.
Jimmy is the epitome of your blue collar, fuck everybody. I'm just trying to make a little bit of money, but get out my way type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
we like Jimmy.
I love Jimmy.
Jimmy's the man.
I didn't know you were in Arizona, bro. Like, I for real thought you were in Cali, but that's Kyle Graves. He's he lives in the Phoenix area.
Well, every time we try to connect, he's in Burning Man or on a boat or traveling to Mars. Like, I can never catch old boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been trying to connect with him for a hot minute, dude. I don't. He's very much like in and then out, So, dude, yo, if you got the plug, tell your boy to text me. He has my number.
Yes, that's fine.
I will fucking call him right now, bro. I'll put him on this show right now. I never talked to him on the phone. We've texted a little bit.
Kyle, get on the show right now.
Yeah, I have so much
about it today, dude.
I have so much respect for Kyle. He's one of those dudes that doesn't have to post a lot of comments or content, but he's got meat behind his words. You know what I mean? Like, when he speaks, I take notes.
He's calling right now.
Get him on, dude. Get him on. He talks about it today. He's like, "You don't have me on the show."
Oh my god!
This is about to be full circle moment right here.
Kyle, say hey, hi to everybody.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
What's up, Kyle?
We can't hear you. You're not on the show, Kyle.
Call into the show, you bum.
Next week I'm coming on the show. 2 mules deep. Let's go.
Done. Did he say 2 mules deep?
Yeah.
Lord.
He spends a lot of time in Tijuana.
Hey, hold on. Hey, let me tell you guys a quick story about Kyle, man, and Moscow Mules. When we went to this convention in Tupelo, Mississippi, fucking Kyle, they had an open bar, and Kyle was like, "Dude, your drinks suck. I'm gonna come bring what I want to drink, dude." So Kyle goes and buys all this stuff to make Moscow mules for the entire convention. Dude,
A real team player.
bro, he is.
That's boss shit right there.
It is, bro. That's funny shit. He hung up.
Of course he hung up.
Dude, oh my God, man. Kyle, I know. I didn't know that, dude. See, I told you, man. I would say I told you. Everybody knows him, and he doesn't. He doesn't put out a lot of content on anything, dude. But I'll tell you, like, I was telling Hunter today, I do not know one person in this industry or whatever that does not know who fucking, well, we call him KG, but who does not know who Kyle is, man. That's so fucking funny, man.
You want to know why? He's not controversial, right? But he's really, really fucking intelligent. So when he speaks, there's substance behind it. You know, like me, I talk shit every day at 7:30 in the morning, whether I have something to say or not. Like some of my shit I rolled over out of bed and I was like, oh, I better talk some shit today. Here we go. When Kyle talks, and he doesn't post a lot of stuff, he comments. Very intelligent. So I take notes when somebody like Kyle says something, because I'm going to tell you what, right now, Kyle has saved me immensely, because I put out a post maybe 10 months ago where I was like, let's talk about all the ways that we prevent double brokers. Out of all the people that said this is what's up, Kyle said IP, or he said VoIP phone check. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that? Bro, I check everybody. Before then, I was, just winging it. That one piece of information he gave for free has saved me exponentially on the back end. And so for that, I'm forever grateful, because he didn't want anything in return.
Dude, that's Kyle, man. I'd say, I mean, my wife tells me, she told me today, she's like, you need to get off Kyle's dick.
Bro, he's paying the bills. You better sit on it twice. Like, come on, bro, don't you?
My wife loves Kyle. She says that because all I ever do is just give the man praise. But what I'm saying is I said this to Hunter, and I say this to everything. Like, Kyle is one of the few human beings that he measures his own success by the success he can help the others around him achieve. And like, that's what he does, dude. And that VoIP thing may not mean much to me, or may not think it's much, but like, that shit helped you be successful, and Kyle was able to help you. And that's all he fucking cares about, man.
Yeah. So,
well, Shizzy, spread the love. Yeah, I know that's right. All right, so everybody's tuning in here. All right, the name of the show is For Real Freestyle Friday. We have like no fucking agenda. There is no script, not like we ever have one anyway. But we just thought, hey, it's Friday. We're gonna have Miss Lopez back on. We're gonna have J Rab back on, and we're just gonna shoot the shit. We're gonna talk shop. Wherever the conversation leads is where the conversation leads. Fridays, we go hard. But before we get into all of that, you know who else goes hard? Is Karen Cole at Karen and King Insurance. She goes hard on them insurance quotes. That's what she does. She's going to come back and be on the show with us next week. Give all y'all out there another chance to hit her up in the comments for some insurance questions. And she's going to, spit some true game to y'all.
Hey, $15, whoever can tell me the lyrics to the song.
Yeah, don't do $100. What are you talking about? $100.
That's that Forgotten Voices, Songs to Your Eyes.
Who's that? I don't know who that is. Hold on, I'll find out who that is. Kyle said,
hard no to the TQL drama.
I'm drinking a local Texas brew. That's all I drink. What are you drinking, Jess?
Jack.
Little Jim Beam. Little Jim Beam honey over here.
Yo, we white boy drink it. Dude, my shit don't even want to show it. Oh,
the
get it, baby.
Keystone Latte.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Back for that $6.99 price. Let's go.
Hey, Jason, what do you mean? Link to the show, like where everybody can watch it?
Yeah, like what is the link where I could post it over to LinkedIn?
You just repost it.
Yeah, you just reposted, but hold on, man. Dude, Henry Sheldon did this shit. There's a way for you guys to like share the show. Like we have it approved. Guests can stream this to their own destination. Oh, never mind, you got to set up, but you can just share the show to your LinkedIn or your Facebook if you go to my page.
Yeah, go to Rob's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it on the top? Stream this to your audience.
What's the URL?
There's a button on top.
Maybe.
Well, there's a button on top that says
Jessica,
stream this to your audience.
Yeah, we don't see this from y'all side.
Yeah,
so
we don't
like,
see
this
that.
is honestly, look, this is Freestyle Friday. This is a very constructive thing. This ain't no real freight talk Friday. All right. This is Freestyle Friday.
Oh my fucking
What's
Jesus,
so funny, dude? There's nothing funny about that.
That is funny because it's funny because we understand and get what you're saying. That's why it's so fucking funny. Oh my Lord!
I'm still not sure what's so funny, but
whatever. Anyway, all right. So moving back.
Don't we have another beautiful sponsor?
We do. That's what I was about to say before you so rudely interrupted me.
You know, it's not rude. Our next sponsor.
And he didn't even hit the video. God, dude, I don't know why, but that song like goes so well with that little flow of that video. I don't even know why, but it does. All right. So Jason, Mr. Jason Williams, not you, J-Rab. He said, let's talk about what the TQL drama. What TQL drama? We know of no such drama, Mr. Williams. We don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Raybon, your microphone's doing that weird thing again.
Oh, and we lost him.
There he is. But yeah, no TQL news necessary. They're in the news daily.
Dude, hey, listen, bro, it's so funny. But we were talking about that other podcast earlier today, and they were talking about something about TQL. I don't know what it was, but just off the top of my head, they were like trying
they had the driver on, man. They had the driver on the show.
Really?
This is cool. This is wild. Like,
get you on the show. I'll tell you. Does it have to do with the $8,000, Jason? Because if it has to do with the $8,000, we don't give a shit because everybody done talked about it. Freight waves and everybody. It's old news to us.
Does someone want to get on the show?
I'll bring you on the show, though, Jay. You just let me know.
Bring him on.
All right,
bring
Jason.
him on.
Man, we're going to have two Jasons. Oh, my God. That's going to be...
It's a freestyle. Dude.
Oh, my Lord. All right.
Raybon, your speaker's doing whatever it was doing again. I feel like I'm watching Star Wars without watching Star Wars and just listening to it.
All right. So, hey, before with our bullshit, Jessica, what's new in your world over there, Blue Bonnet Carrier Manager? I at least know that you have expanded your team because I got that damn email.
Did you? Okay, well, a little bit about that. They just didn't have the same vision that I had, so I had to cut them loose.
Really? Dang, that quick, yo.
Hey, you know what? It only takes a couple of, not very long to show me what you're made of. Was not a good fit. So
that's crazy.
Still looking. Yeah, you know, like I make myself available 24/7 to my carriers, and I don't expect that out of everybody. You know, everyone has a life, but you know, when you're only making a call 1 to 2 hours a day, and then that's all you're doing now. No, sir, not gonna work for me.
Hey, you know, some people just have a crappy work ethic, and some people also just think that things are going to be handed to them. You know what I mean? They try to take the easy way out, and that's just all their way, or the easy path, I should say.
Well, you see, here's the thing. I did hand it to them. I handed them a list of 120 motor carriers, and nothing was done. So
Right.
I'm still bringing on anyone out there with the experience already. Yes, you could reach out to me.
Well, tell us what you're looking for, Jessica. Tell the people
they have they have to already know how to either utilize the load board. They have to know how to go out there and get those direct customers. They got to know how to, what's going on here? Talking about the mule still.
Keep going, Jessica. Don't mind him. Don't mind him.
Yeah, they, just basic knowledge. And see, the thing is that anyone that I bring on, experience is required, but you're stuck somewhere, I'm going to help you out. I already train and mentor as it is.
Well, hey,
JB Rose.
Hold on, Jason. Give me two seconds, brother, with my homie here. Hey, yeah, Jessica, if you want to put together like an ad or a criteria, know, I mean, let me know. Hunter and I will gladly, run a freaking little ad on the show for you to help you with your search for someone. Or hey, put it in the group. I'll pre-approve it. I'll pin it to the top in the group. And I have another friend, Sam May. Absolutely amazing guy, got tons of connections. I'll put it in his group as well, and we can funnel some recruits to you, and you just go through there. However, I want to say, if they don't work out, don't blame us.
I'm gonna come for you. No, yeah, that'll work. I'll put something together for you.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know. JB, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
How are you? Where are you at in this beautiful country?
I am stuck up here in Reno, Nevada.
Ooh, I love Reno. Oh, Reno's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm over here at I ain't gonna tell you exactly where I'm at, but I'm in Reno.
Yeah.
Are you new boot goofing?
No. I ended up having to lay over today. I got a trailer on its way from California. We can't go to Cali, so it's coming to me.
Okay.
So.
Please don't go to Cali. Hey, I haven't been up there forever, bro, but is it still just those like 2 or 3 truck stops right there in Sparks? Is that all there is still there?
Pretty much.
Dude, I don't know. I used to love Reno, man. Like that was my stop before going over Donner. Oh man, I love I-80 going over Donner's Pass. Oh my God, it's so fucking beautiful, bro. Oh my Lord.
It is pretty up there. So, but yeah, stopped and got me some Fuddruckers today. Just waiting on this trailer. We'll probably be here tomorrow. I got to take off and go to Cheyenne.
There you go, JP. There you go. Lighthouse. Oh my God. You are a fucking mess, man. You're an
I'm pulling Warner right now, so I'm waiting on a Warner trailer actually. So
sounds like some right of Rob's alley right there.
Pretty much. Hey man, right now Warner, like I signed up for their power only program, and so far it's better than the spot market.
Dude, bro, that's so crazy you do that. My buddy, I got my boy on with that same program. He had a bitch ass driver, didn't like it, dude. Like I thought it was player. They give you a line haul rate and a fuel surcharge, and it moves up. Dude, you hardly ever sit. It's mostly bumping docks and pick and drop. Dude, you're the only person I ever met that did that. That's what's up, bro. And
I got 6 owner operators, and 3 of us are doing it. Well, I'm sorry, 4 of us are doing it. So I started doing it back in November, right before the rates tanked. So I like it. It's paying better than the spot market.
JB Hunt has the same program, and it's like 80% drop in hook. It's easy money.
Yeah, here's the only downside with JB Hunt. They got a lot shittier trailers.
Hey,
and you run into more problems with JB Hunt. That's why I don't mess with JB Hunt no more.
Yeah, they do, but I think it's about who you know there, because I had a really good rep that we would swap those trailers back to back. We hardly ever waited for trailers, and we used to get good trailers.
Are those trailers the same ones that run intermodal?
No, they were just for JB Hunt.
Yeah, because I mean I've seen them, piggybacked on trains. Are those the same ones
this
they
was
are
an
running?
intermodal. This was they were just going back and forth, picking up, dropping off, but 80% was dropping hook, and I had one carrier on there, and I think he made about 260,000 like in 6 months.
I believe it. I
Oh
believe
my
it. And
God.
hey, let me say before we move on from it, I want
But
to
see,
give 2 plugs. Okay, go ahead, Jessica. Sorry, go ahead.
but see, the thing with those that type of program is they have a window when they accept carriers, and then they cut that window off. Once they have enough
Exactly.
carriers for that program, they're done. They won't take you in.
That's
But yet, I had a carrier that we were doing strictly JB Hunt for about 6 months, and it was gravy. It was
I do
easy
have a
breezy.
caveat to that though.
Gravy.
JB Hunt.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, if you would hold on for me, JB, because I do want to get back to this because this has to do with you. I want to say 2 plugs. Yes, shout out to Warner, and also shout out to our boy JD over at V Hub. Dude, I just got done with, I don't know, I think it was at least 20 trailers that we just moved for Warner through a customer that we actually had him on. Was it, I think, Wednesday? JD with V Hub. So who knows, bro? Here soon, you probably could be pulling one of the trailers that we just brought to Warner. We do like projects for them and Swift. We ain't done none for JB Hunt yet, but dude, I move trailers all over for them that are brand new and stuff. And I loved that Warner stuff. And Jessica, you're right. They cut it off. I was fortunate enough that I had a friend that knew the lady that was or the head of the region, the Texas region at Warner.
Yeah.
And so they scooted us in, even though they weren't accepting people. But I loved it. But we're sorry to cut you off, JB. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I was going to say the only caveat to the programs, because Warner does the same thing. They cut off after a certain limit. But if you're already in the program, they'll allow you to bring on other people. So even though, like, I don't know if they're cut off right now, but when they were, I was still able to bring on 2 drivers. So as long as I'm in the system, they'll allow me to keep bringing on owner operators.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if JB Hunt did the exact same.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah, really good. Easy work. Like the drivers that are in there, they never complained. It was, they were just working nonstop. And then I was fortunate to have guys that were willing to stay out 6 to 8 weeks at a time. So, you're out there that long, you're gonna make a killing.
Oh, without a doubt. And I tell guys you can make 6,000 to 7,000 a week gross as long as you put your nose to the grind. And Warner wants you out at least 2 weeks at a time, and then you can go home whenever you want.
With JB Hunt, I was making this carrier about 7, 10. We had a couple 12,000 weeks, and it was good, real good.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it too, or at least I did. But like I said, the carrier or the driver we had on it, like he didn't like it. He said the money wasn't good enough for him, but the reason it wasn't good enough for him is because he was a shitty driver. Like he just was. Like he'd be like, he would complain about almost every load and say, "Oh, tell him to give me something else. Tell him to give me something else." And dude, all we was like Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana. I'm like, no, bro. Like, dude, just go run it. Like, dude, this is literally running more than what the lane rate for this fucking lane is right now on the board. And it just was. And and they ended up putting us on a Walmart contract where like all we were doing was like bumping docks at Walmart's, like going, dropping a trailer, picking up a trailer, or was it Sam's? One of them, but we were just dropping trailers. That's all it was constant, dude. And you may do it, like if you went to Dallas, you would do maybe 10 of them. You would, because they had a DC in Terrell, you know what I mean? And they have a DC down in Burleson. So you would pick up a trailer, pick up a trailer from DC, take it, drop it, bring the empty back to DC, maybe go across town, do the same thing. And he's like, man, this is ridiculous. Just bump it down. I'm like, bro, it does not get no fucking easier than this right here. Like, they're paying you per stop. They're paying you mileage. They're paying you fuel surcharge. Like, dude, you're literally like staying within a 75 radius, and you're making $1,000 in the day. Like, you're like, that's easy money, bro.
Yeah. See, with JB Hunt, we try to get that Walmart contract, but they gave us a Frito-Lay contract. Frito-Lay pays good money. And so we did a majority of the loads we did, they were for Frito-Lay. We did Wayfair. We did a lot of Wayfair with them too.
No.
But yeah, you're right. It's easy if you have the driver willing to do it. You have a driver that's going to be out there complaining. It's just not going to work. I used to tell all my guys, you're here to make money. You want to sightsee because we can't have both.
A vacation driver, and that's what I tell my guys. Like there was a week, like you're gonna have off weeks. There's just like Warner and JB Hunt, they're struggling just like everybody else to some degree. So you have to take the good with the bad. Like there was one week for like 2 weeks, I was the lowest earner here at JB Rose, and I own the company. I was starting to get pissed off, like getting in my own head. Like I'm making the least amount of money, and everybody else is making bank. Like this is some bullshit. Like, I'm getting pissed, but it works itself out in the end. Hey, I need to get miles. Can you try to, get me moving a little bit better? And, you're going to have those bad weeks. You just got to shrug it off and not let it get in your head, because that's the quickest way to get pissed off. And then you end up like that driver parked out front of TQL.
Dude, it's the ebbs and flows of logistics, man. Like
that's all it is, man. And
you
guys
can be the big dog, but like you have to have that mental. You have to have your little buddy in the back of your mind. It's like it can't always be rainbows and unicorns and fucking cotton candy, whatever you want to fucking call it.
I had one driver that came on board, and he was like, "Man, Warner gave me this short little run. I figured they'd give me something banger out the gate." And I'm like, "Look, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna make money You're gonna make money here." I said, but you got to take it in stride. Like it'll average out at the end of the week, because you know how drivers will jump ship and go somewhere else, and they expect them to like make top dollar right away. And it's like, dude, I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit.
Yeah, dude, working.
He waited like a week and a half, and he was like, "Okay, I see what you're talking about. It averages out."
Yeah,
the
business ain't just like always there. Like the freight's not always there. It's gonna come, but like, fuck, if it's bad, it's gonna get better.
Yeah,
not too difficult of a fucking complex to understand, but
but you gotta remember, truck drivers think they're entitled to everything. So you're the low man on the totem pole out here, and they think we're God.
Kid to candy, so is a fat kid to candy. Can't always have it. Sometimes.
No, I was telling my wife last night. I was telling her about the TQL incident, and I was like, watch, I'm going to read these 50 comments. There's not going to be a single positive comment. I'm going to read all 50 of them. I got all the way down to the end, and the only comment was I decided to get on there and be like, look, guys, there's two sides to every story. You know how you truck drivers like to be melodramatic. That was the only, neutral comment, but it was 50 bad comments and then my one comment.
Dude, so
yeah.
I didn't
it's easy if there's a low-hanging fruit. It's just for the pickings.
So
this is going to make me look better because I'm going to say the same thing as everybody else did, but I'm going to be a little bit more mad and say it different. Sorry, Rob.
No,
it's
you're
funny.
Good. I'll say, man, the only thing that I followed about that TQL thing was the one video that I fucking saw on TikTok. And I'll tell you how little I knew about it was that Hunter and Jason Raybon, which I think he just gave up on us because his audio went to shit. But I didn't even know that, apparently that dude embarrassed himself because he had already been paid for it. Now, whether that proof was presented or not, but that is what I have heard. And I'll also say, I'm not going to mention no names. But there was another show that had that person on, and apparently they caught slack for having him on because it came out that the dude did get paid, and I wouldn't say it was a publicity stunt, but I guess he was 100%. Trying to get into how crappy.
If it looks like a duck, it sounds like a duck. It's probably
a duck.
So I got a little bit of insider information from. I know a thing or two about somebody at TQL, so I have an inside source that told me some things. So he's still not telling the whole truth in that article that came out today. I don't know if it just sounded fishy to me, but if a shipper's going to reject a load of product with an eagle-sized hole in the roof, they're just going to reject the whole load.
Dude. He said, I didn't see any proof on that. It's like,
you know what I'm saying? And then to me, if a shipper's going to take part of your product, that's because part of the product is damaged, meaning something else happened. It wasn't just that hole in the roof.
Nobody just comes up with that.
I never heard that. See again. I never read anything about it because I mean, hey, is pro carrier is I try to be, because again, man, I drove for a long time, but I'll tell you, a lot of these carriers out here, it's just like, man, if you spend as much time like actually working and trying to make a dollar as you do bitching, you'd probably be better off. You know what I mean? Like quit complaining about things. Not that things aren't bad, not that they aren't, because dude, they are. Like I said, I help a buddy operate a truck, or I did up until today. He just fired me because he couldn't afford me anymore. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm serious as shit, and I'm not trying to throw no shade, but he couldn't.
It happens. It's tough times.
Yes, that's say sometimes.
But anyway, it's that, like, dude, I hate to say it, but carriers are the most fucking single-minded people in this industry. Like 1,000%, they are just like all on themselves. They don't think about anybody else besides what they want, what's important to them, so forth, so on. And no one else in the equation matters. And so I don't know. When I see stuff about people bitching, I'm like, the reputation that broker has. Why are you fucking with them? Like, I mean, regardless whether the guy was in the wrong or not. But I'll tell you right now, I don't pull loads for total quality lacking. I just don't. I don't have the time for your bullshit. Do you have some good loads? Yeah, you do. But I'm not worried about the pay right now. I'm worried about when I submit my paperwork, you're gonna pull some bullshit and then try to not pay my factoring company out, and then in 60 days, because my factoring company doesn't want to chase you no more, am I going to be subject to recourse? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know any of that stuff.
Hey, I just want to say something, Matt Dahl. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. All right. You started somewhere. It's all good. It's all good. Thanks for tuning in, pal.
I really hate the fact that, like, I loved everything you said, because, like, I hate the fact that drivers are so melodramatic with stuff, and they're single-minded. They only think about themselves. They don't think about the industry as a whole. And so I was thinking today, it's like, we got a lot of owner-operators out here that are fronting. They're company drivers disguised as owner-operators.
COVID crusaders.
Okay? So, and it's like they get out here and they want to shut the country down. They want to go on strike. They want to form unions. Bro, we ain't the same. Me and you ain't the same. You shouldn't be talking all that nonsense. Like 100%. I'm a business owner. You need to treat your business like a business. Because if you're a business owner, you don't want unions. But everybody keeps running their mouth. So I don't know how to get other people to, like, realize the error in their ways. Like, there's a place for unions in some instances. I'm more anti-union than I'm pro-union, but
1,000%, bro. 1,000%.
We're all out here. We're all each individual businesses fighting for a piece of the pie. There's no teaming up. It's me versus you. Now if you want to collab on something, I don't mind breaking off a piece of my pie and letting you have some of it. But you got to return the favor. Like, I got 6 owner operators. We all work together. If one guy breaks down, somebody else is willing to go help out. But you got to return the favor. If you don't return the favor, then you're going to be out on an island all by yourself. That's just how it
goes. But that right there, what you do is very rare, though, because you're not going to find many owner operators that are going to want to share their contracts or their contacts with somebody else, because in this business, that's our gold, our contacts. That's worth a lot. So what you do,
I wish I had contracts.
I'll say this, I mean, I've never been an owner operator. I will say I almost pulled the trigger several times, but I was just fortunate enough. I had a lot of good driver mentors in my life, and they, like, brought me back to reality. But I will say this, that JB, you hit the nail on the head, man. Like, these people do, like, a lot of these carriers, they don't understand that this is a business. I've said this so many times that most owner operators, they're fucking transactional. They think about the right here, the right now, the next load. They have no idea, like, they don't think about business, man. There's taxes, there's this, there's permits, there's that.
There's
yeah, they don't think about none of that. And I'll go back. This is the point I want to make, is although it's not an owner operator, I'll tell you, I worked for a couple of companies that nobody, like, everybody talks shit about. Knight Refrigerated, bro. Let me tell you, I fucking love Knight. I did. I never, not once, had an issue with that company. I would go in the driver's lounge and hear everybody bitching and about this, that, and the other, about not getting a load. And you know what I did? I'd walk over to the desk, like, hey man, look, I'm ready to go. Like the rest of these dudes sitting here worried about playing some goddamn PS2. I'm ready to leave. Like, what's the deal here?
Bro, Nice ran some trades for me. And
I only got this 200-mile load. Nobody wants it. All right, cool. What you got in the other end of that 200 mile? Oh, well, I got this 500. All right, cool. Let's do that shit. Hey, we talking 700 miles. Let's roll. I didn't complain nothing, dude. Because I didn't complain and I hustled, top 5 driver in the entire night refrigerator company every single month. No. Dude, I had no idle rules. I ran illegal and Night knew it because I got shit done. They didn't give a damn. Yep. I worked for US Express. Same thing, dude. Like, I was a beast. I was doing 4,000 miles a week in a 65-mile-an-hour governed truck when other people were lucky to get 25 and 3,000 because I was a hustler. Like, I didn't bitch and complain. If you got a 150-mile load, I'll take that shit because I know if I do that 150, I may get a 700 or 2,000-mile load out of that stuff on the other side. So, a lot of these drivers out here, both company owner, operator, I think that their mentality is they think they're a hustler, but they're not, and they think they're a business owner, but they're not.
There you go. Perfectly said.
I don't get it.
And they won't question those high miles because you're getting it done anyway. You're making them profit. Like, they're not gonna bother you. But yeah, it is a mentality. It is. A lot of owner operators get behind the wheel and they're just driver. That's it. Point A to point B. And the stuff that goes behind the actual trucking business, that's a whole different game right there. You got to be prepared for it.
Yeah, and that's like we were talking about earlier, kind of off topic or off camera, but it's like, shit, like, you have to understand that there are ebbs and flows in this industry. Like, yeah, some weeks you are going to kill it. Some quarters, yeah, if you run a certain lane and you got that, eat it up. But you have to understand that there are slow times. And just because there are slow times doesn't mean that you're entitled to, like, sit there and be like, I need this.
Yeah.
Well, they do that all the time. It's insane.
Yeah, exactly. But if you save up, like, shit, Jimmy Durden with the AccuBid Pro, little plug here, dude. Know your budget. Know what you're running. Know what you need to. Even if you're not an owner operator, like, know how much you make. Know when things are good. Get it while you get it. And then you have the budget for that. Because even as a broker, some customers, dude, you're crushing it. You're killing it for like 3-4 months, 6 months out of the year. But then there's going to be that lull. And even as brokers, whatever aspect of this industry you're in, you have to expect that. And you have to prepare for that. So anybody that says, woe is me, I'm having a bad time right now. Well, yeah, most of us are, especially in these days. Like, fuck.
Give
me 2 cents in your fucking bank account.
What were you about to say, JB? And to Jessica, remember what you're about to say because you were also going to chime in. JB, go ahead, bro.
All right, I was just going to say, like, a lot of the guys out here that are like, woe is me, and they're like trying to get everybody to like strike or shut down the country or whatever. I say those are the owner operators that are broke. Like, plain and simple. Because everyone's complaining about, we can't make no money out here and the rates. I'm making money. What's your excuse?
Exactly.
I'm making $6,000 to $7,000 a week, doing probably like $220 a mile. I'm making money. What's your problem? Because if I can do it, you can do it. I got bills just like you got bills. If my business fails, it's my fault. I ain't blaming the brokers. I ain't blaming the shippers and the receivers or anybody else or the government. I blame myself. I'm the one that fucked it up. The buck stops with me. But these guys out here got high-ass truck payments. They got a mortgage. They got car payments. They got bills. They got their baby mama. They got their kids. They going around trying to live this lifestyle and be a pimp, a player, trying to live above your means. Like, I made the same mistake when I started. I had, like, a mortgage and all this. I got rid of all that shit. And just down to the bare bones because I saw the error of my ways.
JB said we moved into our nice new Home Depot box last week.
Dude, I gave up a $266,000 house 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3-car garage in a nice neighborhood, and was just like, I got to pay for this, plus a car payment, plus all this other stuff. Like my personal bills were almost the same, if not more, than my business bills, and I was just like, I got to change.
You
So
probably don't even get to enjoy it because you're on the road half the time.
Yeah, sometimes. Like right now, I don't, but I stay out like probably a month at a time. But I'm just out here trying to make this money because I have other people that are counting on me. I got 6 other owner operators that want to see JB Road stay open.
I love that you just said that month out, dude, because I want to bring that up. That my other favorite thing is like everybody in I wouldn't say every driver, a lot of these new drivers, JB, because I know you've been driving for a while. I'm an old head. I started driving in 2008. You know what I mean? I mean, to me, that's an old head. You know what I mean? Like shit has changed a lot since 2008, even 2018 when I got out of the truck, bro. Shit changed a lot, but dude, it is. Everybody wants to be local. They want to be out just a week. They want to be home every weekend, or they want to be home every other weekend. And hey, I'll tell you, as a company driver, that could work because I'll tell you, there was only two times out of the year that I was out more than like I usually left on a Monday and I came home the following Friday or Saturday. The only time I was out longer than that was Thanksgiving and Christmas, dude. I came home at the beginning of November. I stayed out all the way till Thanksgiving, and then I left after Thanksgiving, stayed out all the way till Christmas. But as an owner-operator, man, like you got to stay out there longer, man. Like having putting restrictions on yourself is the way I see it. It's like, hey, I'm a business owner, so I should be able to do whatever I want and still make good money. And like that's just not the reality of almost any business. I don't know one business owner that says, I'm only going to work 8 to 5 and that's it. That's all there is to it because I'm not a business owner, but I fucking work 24 hours a day. Hunter, I know what he works. Jessica, I don't know what you work, but I know you're a business owner and I know you're a hustler. JB, you just said you're out a month. I think that's another issue is that the work ethic amongst a lot of the owner operators now. And it's just, dude, as far as the like striking and all that stuff, like, man, I get it. Hey, if that's what you feel you need to do, all right. But I'll tell you, I say the same thing every time someone says that, and I catch so much fucking shit for it. But and you can write this down, put this on a check, write the amount for $1 billion, and take this to the bank. It'll never fucking happen. And the reason it'll never happen is because carriers are not united. They have not been for probably 40, 50 years, actually 50 years. And they never will be again because everybody again in this industry or on the carrier side, they're extremely single-minded. They see themselves, and as we say in the military, they live in a 3-foot world. That's it, and they don't think about anything on the long run. They, again, to I guess sum it up, they're transactional. I mean, I really think that is the biggest thing is they're transactional. They don't think into the future at all.
Yep.
And not only that, their drivers, carriers are not going to unite to fight against these low rates because you're always going to have those carriers that are going to be comfortable taking that cheap freight. As long as they're eating, as long as they're doing okay, because everyone's expenses are different. You got someone who needs steak 48, you got some that are okay with McDonald's. So there are going to be carriers out there taking that cheap freight. You're never going to see a union.
No, and you know what? On the union thing, I mean, we talked about that on the show. I mean, honestly, like I see some pros in it. I do. But I will sum it up with this, and this came from a guy that I'm still friends with. I respect this dude like so fucking much. But when we were at a company that was going to unionize, and the union handed him their little card, he threw that shit back at him and said, "I don't need to pay no fucking body to tell me how to speak for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to do that. I'm a man. I can speak where I'm a woman. I can speak for myself." You know what I mean? I don't need to pay somebody else to stand up for me because if I don't like the situation, I'll just fucking leave. You know what I mean? Like that's the end of it. And I mean, I don't think unions will ever happen across the driver industry because there's too many dynamic, or I'll say they're opposing people in this industry. There's no middle. Like you're either all in on this side or you're all in on that side. And a lot of drivers, they don't want unions because I'm sorry, when it gets right down to it, a union forces you as a business owner to operate the way that they tell you to.
Yeah.
That's it. And they tell you that so it benefits them. I hate to tell you guys, but listen, when any business that is for profit is coming in to tell you do this, do that, do that, do that, like in this part of the industry, it's not for your betterment. It's so they can make the money. Because look, when Yellow went out of business and all those people lost their jobs, we literally covered this. People are not hiring those drivers because of the union.
Yeah.
Because they don't want that bullshit in their company. So, like, it's not going to happen. And me as a broker, if I ever hear a fucking broker talk about a union, I'm telling you, I would do everything I can to tear that person down. I mean, not personally, but professionally.
Yes. So I just thought about this. Like, the only time I could truly see a transportation union or a truck driver union working is with like an Amazon or an Uber Freight or some of these big dogs like Home Depot, Lowe's, the cats that want to pay bottom dollar, but the freight is consistent. So like if you're a carrier, as been said on this show, that is okay with just taking whatever it is just to get the freight, then that makes sense because then, those cats aren't going to go to whoever. They're not going to go to Jeff Bezos, which obviously Jeff Bezos is not running the transportation department. Convoy got bought out by fucking Flexport, if y'all didn't know that. But
yeah, I saw that.
Dude, that's when it would make sense. Like drivers that say, hey, I have a CDL, I have no drive to do anything but have something that is put in my pocket. Because let's think, Amazon. Yeah, exactly. Amazon has that. Home Depot has that. Procter & Gamble has that. And we all know these Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies have that freight. But like when it's given out to these brokers, we're all trying to make a piece on it, but we don't make anything on it. And that's why I personally don't go after enterprise freight because it's a waste of my time. That is a lot of work for a little bit of output, a lot of input for a little bit of yield. I want to work with the mom and pops, I want a guy that I can take out for a sandwich and a beer on a Thursday just to shoot the shit and say, hey, man, you got these 30 truckloads a week. But like
not
these
all
big cats. Yeah, exactly.
Not all brokers are created equal.
Neither is
man. I had a broker that I had a broker that wanted us to do a load from New York to Houston for $2,000, and I said, "You got to be shitting me." And then I said, "Who is it for?" Universe? It's a NASA load. It's a NASA load, and you want to pay me $2,000 to? Oh, it's a what do you call it? It was a very light load, 10,000. I said, I'm not moving those 10,000 pounds of rocks that you have for $2,000. You could send those rocks somewhere else.
That goes back to the COVID Crusaders, man. Cats like I one of the companies I worked for in the past, I got to set up with the SDDC, thinking that this is going to be the biggest thing that I've ever done in my life. Went down to the post office, got some shit notarized, sent my ID and everything off, and that's just not how it is anymore. It's like, but and I realized that was the biggest realization point. There's a spot for brokers, and there's a spot for carriers, owner operators to really, or even dispatchers. Like, you can't have everything in it, and that's where we're seeing a lot of, C.H. Robinson. I saw something. They're laying off a good bit of their workforce now too, because they just bring everybody in, just like TQL, just like Flexport, just like Convoy. We're gonna hire all these people. We're gonna buy all these things, and then shit gets kind of back to normal. To the lows, they bring in a whole bunch.
Yeah, they bring in a whole bunch of broker agents. Working under somebody else, trying to push these loads, and it's just not working. That's why when I saw the spiral down of the freight market, and I was like, okay, this is gonna last a little while. I took all the carriers that had OTR, I said, look, we're going to go get certified. We're going to go do this, this, and this, and we're going to get an oil and gas. They thought I was crazy. They thought I was nuts, but they were like, okay, we trust you. And so I got them all certified, and I brought their asses to Texas, and they've been in Texas ever since. Oil and gas.
Exactly. Doing good.
All right, so
oil and gas has its ups and downs too.
It does.
Just like everything else does. It's like I'm working drayage, and during COVID, everybody's like, "Oh, truckload's a little bit down, but drayage is always there." Oh my God, I got put through the washing machine. These cats, these owner operators, power only. He's like, "Yeah, I can pick up a container, no problem." All right, cool. And this was in my earlier days, but it was like they get there and it's like, "Hey, I need a scat code," and I'm like, "What do you mean?
Yeah,
you're not I certified." All this shit is just like, dude,
or wanting to do port, wanting to do port, but they don't have a twig, and I'm like, come on, I can't go and get the twig for you. I can't do that for you.
Yeah, like, dude, you're there, figure it out. Which in Los Angeles, I will tell you, I had some crafty guys, worked it out, and I will never ask questions about it. But yeah, like
that was my thing. I'm not gonna ask you anything.
Yeah, you're following the crowd. You're following the crowd at that point. Like, you're good at what you do. Business is low.
Don't ask, don't tell. Just get the load there.
Yeah, and if you're smart though, that's when you realize, like, this is my time to go and find clients, because in the lowest of times, if you can run good freight for good customers, no matter what the rate is, like, you don't have to lose money, but you don't have to make $1 million when things inevitably come back to the point. Even if it's not at the fucking height, you're going to be their go-to people, because they realize in their mind, you were with me in the shittiest of times. So why would you disappoint me in the better times? Like,
So, dude, I want to tell you, I align with exactly with what you're saying, Hunter, man. And I do want to just bring this up, Matt. Hey, man, everybody's got their sweet spot. I'll tell you, I'm one of the few brokers out there. I love how people talk about niches. I don't give a fuck about a niche. I really don't. I just crush freight. That's what I do. I move everything from recycled plastics to vertical farming to beef and seafood and everything in between. I think that, like, for me personally, I'm a smaller shipper guy. Like, I'm not a salesman, man. My boss, Kyle, he found that out with me so fucking quick. He's like, Rob, like, dude, sales is not your strong point. You're just a relatable guy. And you need to talk to the smaller people who you can talk to, like the owner, and build that relationship. And that's what I go after, man. And the fact what you said, Hunter, about being with them in the good times and the bad times, I have, man. I've rolled with pretty much all of my customers all the way through COVID, all the way through. I've babied them. I've got 2 customers, man, that I have literally taught them everything there is to know about big truck shipping. They were using, like, their own vehicles and other random stuff and all these things. And, man, I have babied them and taught them and educated them. And, dude, through that, dude, they don't even question me no more, bro. I've said this on the show before. I think that, when you're a success as a broker, no matter how much money you make, I'm not talking about money, because, dude, you could do $500 million a year as a broker. That's or $5 million a year as a broker. That's fantastic for you. But my success that I know I'm a good broker is when my customers just text me and say, "Here's the load. Let me know when it's booked." They don't ask me the price. They don't ask me who it is. They don't ask me anything, because they know, like, Rob is taking care of me.
It's gonna get done.
He's never screwed me over. Like, I if he says this is what it's going to cost, I know that's what it's going to cost. And that's the relationship I have and it goes to just what you said, because I went there the highs and the lows, and right now, like I've got some customers that like still feel that they're being taken for a ride. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm telling you, the lane pays $2.25 a mile. I'm not going to sell this to a carrier for $1.95 a mile just because you think that that's what it should run for. I understand that's what it ran for in 2019, but that's just not the fucking reality of the situation right now. And then, hey, look, here's the graph, dude. I will show my customers that rate view all day, every day. Yeah. Because I don't care, because I tell them, hey, this is what the pay to the carrier is. I'm going to charge you $150, $200, $300 more, depending on what I know they'll allow me to. I got one customer, I've said this before, I could literally charge him $1,000 for my service, and he wouldn't care. Like, he seriously wouldn't. He was just like, all right, Rob, if you say that's what you deserve for the load, I'm just going to take you at it. So it's about being there for them and doing the things right by your customers. And if you do right by them, you're going to be able to do right by the carriers and help them make money too. I really, really, truly believe that, because if you, as a broker, think about everybody in the equation, which very few do, then I think you're going to you having customers but if you have cheap ass customers, what's the point? I've said this before too. Like, dude, if I find out you're emailing 25 other brokers, I stop talking to you. I just ain't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I run loads for you, and every time I run a load for you, you're talking, I need to save more. I need the rate to be less. I need the rate to be less. And I tell you, this is the reality. This is what it needs to run at. And all you do is argue with me. I'm going somewhere else. I don't have time for that stuff. Like, if you don't want to play ball with me and the carriers, and you don't appreciate me and the carriers and the effort that goes into move your freight, dude, that's why you move through brokers. That's why you move through carriers, because you yourself ain't got your shit together.
You know what's funny about all that you say?
Go ahead, JB.
I just wanted to say, like, it's funny how, like, in our industry, everybody is so jaded from getting screwed over by every branch of transportation. Like, just hearing you talk about your frustration, like, everyone's so tired of getting screwed over by everybody else that no one believes anybody anymore on what they say. They all think they're getting screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's the sad truth, because there are a lot of brokers out there that I've heard of dispatchers playing with the rate cons, giving them to carriers, and they're still making that money on the side. I've heard it all, but even with the broker side of things,
what the hell?
Go ahead, Gizmo.
What the hell?
I've been in this fucking industry for damn near, 33 years. There's more owners and more of small fleets that are cheaters, liars, and thieves than dispatchers. All right. I don't know how long you've been in the industry. I've been in the industry. I've gone from driver to small fleet owner to now I'm an independent dispatcher, and I have agents that work for me throughout the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking rude for what you just said. It's really rude.
Gizmo, come on now.
No,
come on.
Who the hell is this gal? CEO of Blue Bonnet Carrier?
Hey, Gizmo.
Right now,
watch it.
Hey, Giz. Hey, no. Hey, I'm gonna say right now. No. Hey, I love you. We don't do that on the show.
Who does she think she is?
Gizmo.
Listen, we do not do that on the show. You can have your opinion, brother, but regardless of what you think is, you got to be respectful. You cannot disrespect another guest on the show.
What
you can
the fuck did she just do?
Hey.
Hey,
I said the truth. I said the truth. It happens. It happens in the industry. I've heard it. I've heard it all.
Hey,
it happens.
I'm sorry. Hey, Gizmo, if you're still listening, hey, dude, I like you. I love you. I respect you, man. But that's not how we operate the show, man. This is a community for everybody to have varying opinion. That's just what it is, man. We cannot attack others because that makes us look like fools and unprofessional. And we just can't have that on here. Jessica, I'm sorry for that, Jessica.
You don't have to apologize for it. It's the truth, you know. Like I have heard it firsthand from carriers that have come to me from other dispatchers, and they've shown me the way that they have, played around with these rate cons for the dispatcher benefit. So yeah, it happens, and that's just a sad truth. There's a whole bunch of brokers, even carriers. There's everyone that's related in the transaction of moving freight. They're either going to have good intentions or bad intentions, and you just really don't know anymore who you can trust.
100%. That's why I find it so hard to get owner operators over here where I'm at, because when they hear what I have to offer, they just don't believe it because they're so used to getting screwed over. Like I charge $300 a week to let them use my authority, but everyone's so used to getting charged a percentage, so they don't understand that it's actually a good deal versus a percentage. So they don't believe
math is not that hard. Math is not that hard.
It's not.
That's to use. Is that just for your authority or for insurance too?
That's just for the authority. So it's just a flat fee for 52 weeks. Like whether you work or not, I get my $300. So you get a flat rate.
Good authority, you can get a lot better freight than nothing at all. You're already paying for your insurance. Like what?
So like my cargo liability for the guys is like $493 a month. And then they go out and get their own bobtail physical damage, which is around like $150, $250, depending on who they have for an insurance provider. So they come out paying around a little under $800 for insurance a month, which is about what I started out as a new authority, was paying about $800 a month. So they basically get to use my authority and pay about the same insurance rate as when I first started. And then you're not getting screwed over with the percentage. A lot of these companies will include like the percentage includes insurance and includes this and includes that. But the more money you make them, the more money they make based on the percentage. Well, if my insurance is $493 a month for you and I charge you just that, why are they putting it in their percentage? That means you're overcharging for insurance. You know what I mean? And I just charge whatever everything costs me, that's what I charge them. I keep it fair. I don't try to screw people over, but everyone's so jaded that they think there's some sort of gotcha catch to coming over here.
Yeah, that's a good rate though, $300, because I've heard it be a little bit higher than that, just for authority use.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would be much more comfortable with a flat dollar rate than a percentage.
Because it fluctuates.
Like what's that percentage based on? But
off the growth,
$300 a month for an authority.
And I don't shy away from nobody. Like I tell them on the phone when I usually have an interview. I interview them on the phone. I tell them, look, this is how I make my money off of you guys. The more you guys I have over here, the more money I get a week. So you do the math. If I got 6 drivers, I get this much a week. Times that by 52, boom, that's how much I make a year off of you guys. So there's no secret. There's no hidden. I'm not nickel and diming you to death like everybody else
but you
does.
set it up like you're.
But are they responsible for all their own expenses? Everything else?
Oh, 100%. They got to have their own plates. They got to do their own IFTA. They don't know how to do it. I'll walk them through it. It's easy. You get on your government website, you do it yourself. They got to get their own fuel cards if they want them. They need help. I tell them where to go, what to use. I hold your hand for a little bit, but when you come over here, I expect you to be self-sufficient. I don't want to hear from you or see from you the whole time you're here if I'm lucky. You go out, book your own load, sign your own raycons. I don't care. Go do what you want to do. I get my $300. If you want to go get your own customer and they pay you, I'm cool with that, as long as you pay me my $300. So.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're offering a good solution for a step up for some of these cats out here. Which shame on you. Shame on you.
Yeah, shame on me for not trying to screw people. So, that kind of fits into what everyone was talking about earlier. Like, you gotta search for, like, you keep going to all these Russians and Armenians and the Chicago carriers and like, stop looking for those guys. Go look elsewhere. Like, there's good deals out there. You got to find them. If you lift me up, I can lift you up. Yeah. So the more people I got, the more money I make, and then I return the favor. But not everybody sees it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. Like, as an owner operator, Like, yeah, you can scalp the load boards, but if you know where you're trying to run, like shit,
yeah,
you can be a broker just as easy. Like, hey, I'm here pretty often. Do you know anybody, or do you have anything going back towards this area? Like, it's a business. It's not like, oh, I have a CDL. I'm the king of the world. No, like it's same as everybody. Like, yeah, I work for a company. I technically have a broker's license, but I need to go out there and find freight. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I got one driver.
If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. You know.
I had one driver. He came over here within the first 3 months. He met up with a guy that he actually knew through a mutual friend, and they hooked up. And he was getting paid $10,000 for 1 week, moving short stuff from warehouse to warehouse. He got that 3 times. He made 30 grand in like 3 months. Like,
and he thought that was
the
whole
just on that 1 week. Just on that 1 week, he did 10. That didn't include him working, every other day, trying to get stuff done. So it's like, I got 2 guys in Maine. All they do is run water back and forth, power only. They do that 24/7, 7 days a week.
Oh, the water loads?
Yeah, water loads. So, like, you guys got to put yourself out there and just keep communicating and talking to people, and you'll find stuff out there, man. It's there waiting for you.
Yeah, and then you end up getting on a load list too, where these brokers, they just start sending you their list, and you don't got to go out there looking for it.
Oh yeah, I get emails all day long. So,
yeah.
But sometimes guys are too scared to put themselves out there or talk to somebody or shoot the shit with somebody. Go talk to another driver. Hey, what are you doing here? Where are you getting your load from? Start prying, digging a little bit. You never know what you'll turn up.
Dude, networking is a hell of a drug. That's all I'm saying. Like,
that's
it's
it.
Pretty simple, man. Like, homeless guys, they'll get a buck or two on the side of the road, but the man knocking on the door is probably going to make a little bit more. How bad do you
gotta hustle?
Just a little bit. Hey, sorry if y'all can hear my little shit dogs barking in the background. They've been digging up a rabbit underneath.
You got the little Taco Bell Chihuahua?
Ain't a Chihuahua, all right. He's a terrier. Okay, it's Nacho and Maybe. They're my pride and joys, but I can punt them. I could punt them 400 yards any given day.
Jessica, hey, who else here is a dog owner by chance?
Who's a dog owner?
Nobody. Yeah.
I got cats on me.
Okay. Hey, dude.
I like dogs, but I got cats.
I got cats now too. But I'm gonna just talk some shit about Hunter. Like he does. He has these little fucking ankle biters. Is a dog guy. Like I never saw the point in small dogs. Like
you watch your mouth, dude. I adopted them, man. I'm a good Samaritan.
It's dogs. Let me tell you. Every day when I call Hunter, or I'll call Hunter and I'm like, Hunter, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to go find my dogs. They escaped from my mom's yard again.
Jesus.
Dude, his dogs are fucking terrorists, bro. They're little terrorists. Listen to them. Look how vicious they are. They don't even like
they're brother and sister, dude. They're brother and sister. So this
at least you don't have to sleep with an assassin on your chest at night. Sometimes staring at you, going, I can kill you, right?
Tell me you like dudes without telling me you like dudes.
Oh my god!
Yeah, people are weird to me, man. Dogs.
Dude, we're not weird. The cat's weird, not the humans. Like I woke up one night and I swear to God, my cat had his.
So relative.
I woke up one night and I thought my cat had his paw under my nose, trying to see if I was still breathing or he was trying to smother me. One of the two.
Dude, I'll tell you. So I have been a dog person my entire life. I am one of those guys, and nothing against me. It's just me being, the sexist that I am, I guess. But I'm not a sexist, by the way. But I feel that in a man's life, there's 2 things that every boy and man needs, or every boy needs a bike and a dog, and every man should have a dog. That's man's best friend. I have been a dog guy forever. I just put my Rottweiler down about 3 months ago, dude. Like, love of my fucking life as far as all the animals I've ever owned. Sweetest thing ever. My son bought a cat and I hate cats. Like I always have. I can't fucking stand them. And the reason I don't is because they're not trainable. Like, you know, they just do whatever.
Oh shit, they're not.
But that's what I'm saying. Hold on, bro. My son got a cat, and I will say, dude, he's the coolest dude ever. His name is Sabo, which, if you're not a gun guy, Sabo is a type of ammunition. So let that tell you what kind of crazy people we are. And then when we put our dog down, my son was like, "Hey, we got to fill the hole in Dad's heart. Like, you know, he likes Sabo, but he needs something for himself." So him and my wife went and adopted a cat, and her name is Leia, and she is the sister to my older son's cat, whose name is Vader. They're both black cats, and it's Leia and Vader. But dude, they are the craziest, smartest fucking animals. Like, I think dogs are smart. Cats are so fucking intelligent, dude. It amazes me the shit that these animals do. And I hate this. I somewhat hate to admit it, but I am a cat guy now. I kind of
that's good to know.
Yeah, our cats. Have you ever heard of the comedian Shane Gillis?
Yeah.
Okay, so he has a joke, and this is not me. This is just repeating what a comedian said. But he said, autistic people are like cats. You walk into a room, they're kind of skittish. You don't know if they like you or not. But dogs are like people with Down syndrome. You ask them if they want to go for a walk, they're like, fuck yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. You come home, they're like, how was your day, man? I got everything to tell you. But cats, I don't trust them. I don't trust cats. Kind of freaky. Like, you'll be petting them, they'll bite you, they'll scratch you up.
Oh,
bro,
my
one
God.
time, I got to tell you this story. So my wife has a cat. His name's Marlo. He hates my guts, loves her to death. One time I came home and she wasn't home, and he would always come down the stairs and greet her because we live in a condo. And so I opened the door, and he starts halfway down the stairs, and he sees me. And he goes, not this motherfucker. Turns around, goes back up the stairs, and goes back to whatever he was doing. I leave the house a second time and come back. That motherfucker wouldn't even come down the stairs to see who it was. He poked his head around the banister and was like, oh, it's you again? Whatever, bro.
They're dicks. They're assholes, man.
Straight up assholes, but I love them.
It's like, oh, thanks for the house. Now it's my house.
Pretty much.
Oh my God! And see,
Catherine.
I know my wife. Please don't Hunter. Do not get her in here. I do not. We already have one. We already have enough estrogen in here. We do not need any more. Jessica filled the room with estrogen. She does not want up here. She cannot be on my. Get your ass out of my camera.
Oh, Kyle, no way.
What is Kyle talking about? He's talking shit, isn't he? Oh, my God.
Oh, man. We so got sidetracked.
But, dude, it's Freestyle Friday, bro. Who gives a shit?
Oh, that's right. You did say it was Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle Friday. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can talk about whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we can talk about how good the Cowboys are doing this season. You know what I'm saying? And how good the Dolphins are doing.
Wait, hold up. Time out. The Cowboys are doing good?
They are, bro. They're like 6-1 or 5-1.
Dak Prescott's a fucking fraud.
I honestly haven't been keeping up with football this year, man. I ain't had the energy for it.
Dude, I don't know. I will tell you. So, something I have never said in this show, and this is me being extremely personal and open, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I'm a man's man, and I'm in touch with my emotions. But
that's what makes our show different.
But dude, I used to be a huge football fan. Like, dude, I watched Saturday. I spent all day watching college. Sunday, I spent all day watching NFL. And my little football buddy was my son Caleb, and unfortunately, we lost him some years ago. And I lost all my love for football. Like, I just refused to watch it. It just was never the same without him. And I don't know. This year, I just decided, hey, I need to get back in that. Like, I enjoyed it, and he enjoyed it, and it was our thing. And I think he would want me to still enjoy it. So I've got back into it this year, man. I haven't watched my Longhorns or my Texas Tech. I've been keeping track of their stats. But both my teams, man, hey, hook 'em horns. They got one loss, and Cowboys got one loss. So we're fucking kicking.
Texas beat Alabama, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Let's go Celtics. Let's go Bruins. Fuck Patriot. Okay, that's it, Kyle. We're done allowing your comments on the fucking show right there. Like that's the end of it. You were cut off.
I used to be a big Houston Oilers fan back in the day when I was younger.
Bro, I love it.
They ended up jumping ships. I ended up switching. Lo and behold, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I ended up switching a long time ago to Carolina Panther fan. So.
Oh God.
Hey, dude. Hey, you're an Oilers fan. I'll tell you. If you've not been watching, the Titans, dude, have went old school. They're wearing literally Oilers jersey. Like everything on it is fucking Oilers, dude. It's
really. I'll have to check that out. I might have to buy one.
It is
old schools, man. That's cool.
I never make a Christmas list, bro. Like never, because I'm a fucking adult and I make my own money. I buy whatever I want whenever I want. Like I don't need a fucking Christmas list. I want some shit, I just go get it. But anyway, my son, my youngest son, Aiden, he bought me this jersey right here. And dude, forever I have wanted one jersey that I have never got because I cannot bring myself to spend $200 or $300. But this year I want a Warren Moon throwback fucking Oilers jersey or an Earl Campbell Campbell throwback Oilers jersey, dude. That is the one thing on my Christmas list this freaking year. So I'm going to come out with a GoFundMe. I'll put the link at the bottom of the screen. If anybody
All right. I just want to point this out for Kyle. I'm kind of disappointed that he's a big Boston fan. I hate that. Patriots, Tom Brady. Terrible. Not fun.
I didn't realize he's talking shit about him. I guess I misread his comment. Hey, Kyle is
talking about breaking Brady out of fucking the nursing home, dude. No, let my Dolphins have a little bit of fun in the AFC East. All right,
Jessica. Okay. All right.
This man's out here trolling.
Yes, he is. He doesn't know anything. All right, Jessica. Jessica just said that there's too much testosterone with this football talk. Well, Jessica, add some estrogen in. Let's go.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I'm curious as to what Jessica does exactly. I came in kind of late.
There you go. Tell me.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of stuff. So, we do offer dispatch services, but we also offer legal services to carriers, CDL plans, small business owner, legal protection. We do oil and gas. So I got real big into oil and gas with frac sand, crude oil, water hauling. So just trying to expand and kind of make it a one-stop shop for carriers. Any service that they need can come here. So we're going to get into DOT compliance very soon as well. So just a little bit of everything, really.
Gotcha.
You need a service? You need something?
No, I do not, unfortunately. Me and you wouldn't get along, but I'm not going to yell at you. So
why? Why
just
would
the
we not get along?
dispatch service part of things.
Hey, so
Yeah.
I do want to say on this. So I do want to speak on this, and I'll tell you, like, I am middle of the ground on dispatchers. So I know a shit ton of dispatchers that are amazing at their job. And I think that if you abide by the laws and you do things properly, you set yourself up as a proper business, you don't, do all this underhanded shit. And the dispatchers, I'm totally fine with you, man. I'll drop a plug right now, man. Even though he got mad, Terry, he really is a good dispatcher. Nora, she's amazing. Sam May, he's amazing. Like, I know some ones that do it right. Jessica, I can't speak to you because you and I have never done business together with dispatcher, but all of those people I've done business with, and they've treated me well, and their care treated me well. The ones that are the fucking problem and are the ones that go through these bullshit $199 classes, and they tell these people, oh, you can be a broker and do broker things and not be punished for it. And I'll tell you, and here's the flip side of it. Here's a reason people have so much hate against dispatchers. My Facebook group, which Jessica, you're in, JB, you're in, Hunter, you're an admin in, it literally says in capital fucking letters, no dispatchers. Every day, people come in there doing dispatch stuff. And it's like, dude, this is part of the reason why people don't like you is because you don't follow the rules. Like you you see someone say, I don't want you involved, and you just say, oh, well, I don't care. You know, they DM people in the group. They, you know, post and spam comments, and those are the ones that are problem. And I'll say, and I feel for y'all in a way, because it's just like brokers. Like, you get brokers that do the same bullshit. They don't follow the rules. They just do whatever they want. You know, no matter whether they took some cheap course or they work for some big brokerage, they don't do things properly. And it's as we used to say in the Army, it's the few that fuck it up for the many.
Yeah. So I started dispatching. That's how I started my business, but I ended up expanding into just, you know, other things. I didn't want to dispatch forever. So I started truck placement for oil and gas. And then I just started expanding with the other services that I offer. But yeah, so I mean, dispatching is where it started, but I have a bigger vision for Blue Bonnet. It's not going to be no you know, load board dispatch service. That's really where I think a lot of people get the bad taste in their mouth, but it's far beyond that.
Yeah, I think my biggest deal with it is, like, I used a dispatch service pretty early on when I got my authority, and I didn't fully understand exactly what I gave them the power to do. And so them filling out my carrier packets, I didn't really appreciate that. That's kind of like my personal information. And then they also got me tangled into, like, you know, because when you start doing the game, some brokers won't use you, right? So you got to wait 3 months, you got to wait 6 months. You have all these milestones you got to hit. Well, he was able to, like, squeak me into a couple of brokerages that before the actual time. So, like, I think Coyote was one of them. I think that was the one I remember the most. He got me in before the 6 months, but that came at a detriment, because I can do what the dispatch service does. I have no problem negotiating with brokers, booking my own freight, and doing all that stuff. It saves me that little bit of money. That's why I don't mess with them anymore. But there are people that need it. But what he ended up doing was he ruined a relationship with Coyote for me. It took me like 4 years to get back into Coyote, because I guess because of the power of attorney, if I remember correctly back then. They were like, who's this person? Well, I'm the owner of the fucking company, so I don't give a damn who this person is. I'll show you all my documentation. They didn't give a shit.
Yeah, when a dispatcher, I feel when a dispatcher asks a power of attorney is included in their documents, it's a red flag for me, because you do, you know, the carrier package has a lot of personal information, but you do carriers that, like, they don't want to do that. So they'll be sending me stuff like, just fill quick, because I already have it. I already know their information, like, you know, the back of my hand, and I'll fill it out for them real quick. But yeah, it's easy to have your authority burned with these brokers, just because, you know, a dispatcher's not doing their due diligence. So no, I completely understand that.
Yeah, and that kind of what happened to me. But I think just overall, like I tell people, I was like, if you're gonna come be a truck driver and owner operator and have your authority, I said you need to learn every aspect of your business before you really start outsourcing your workload. Like, you really need to know what it's like to negotiate and book loads. You really need to go through that process. I know it's not for everyone. I got one guy, he hates doing it, but I tell him, man, you know, use these strategies. If you don't like sitting there arguing with them, come up with a set number. Ask for $500 more than what the load's posted. He doesn't accept it, go down $100 or $200. Or if you like what he's offering you, just take the damn thing. You don't have to argue with him. You know, as long as you're comfortable with it, just go. But people think it's so difficult to sit there and have to book and negotiate freights. It's really easy.
Yeah. Yeah, you have those carriers that they just don't want to deal with it, you know. I think it's you know, it's all a preference, I think.
Oh yeah. But I like all the other stuff you're doing. Like, do all that other stuff too. It kind of sets you apart from everybody else.
Yeah. All the other stuff, because, you know, I had my own trucking company, so I learned all that, and I'm quite surprised sometimes when I deal with these carriers, and they really they're not educated on the business side of the trucking business. You know, like I said earlier, they just want to get in the truck behind the wheel, and they want to drive without really knowing what it takes to run the actual business. So, you know, that's where I come into play, and I help them out and kind of get their stuff situated for them.
Holding the wheel. Oh, I got my CDL. I deserve everything in the world.
Company drivers masquerading as owner operators. I love it.
Yeah. But fun fact, so Kyle Graves talking about the Kenny Oaks joke. So once upon a time, your boy Dr. Dre did work for TQL, and I met Ken Oaks, and he did try to make this joke to me. Oh, your name's Hunter? You do a lot of hunting? No. 5'5" motherfucker, dude. TQL. Salty taste in the mouth.
I'll tell you a funny story.
The person man and go ahead, JB.
I was gonna say through a friend of a friend, we met a couple and went to dinner with them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my husband's in transportation too." And I was like, "Oh cool, what does he do?" He's like, "Oh, he's a broker." And he's like, "Oh, broker for who?" And he goes, "TQL." And I'm like, "This is where mine and your relationship stops." We can't talk about the transportation industry.
Yeah.
Like this is we're not going to talk business ever.
Oh, tell me more about your customers and your buddies' customers.
I remember because we were sitting there talking, and I remember before he had told me that, I was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Yeah, the rates are going down, man," and they were at the time. They were starting to drop, and he was like, "Oh, really? I'm not seeing that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I wonder why."
20% or you're fired.
I love their family to death. They're great people, but yeah, I just you work there, I work over here. Maybe one day we'll work together. Who knows?
So,
I got the cup of Kool-Aid and I threw it over my shoulder. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So I gotta throw some estrogen in here because guys, JB, you're married. You know if I don't let my wife have her minute, then I'm gonna pay for it fucking later. Jessica, this is for you. She even texted me. She said, "Put my damn comment on the screen so Jessica can see it."
Jessica, do you think we're undermining you as a woman?
No, not at all. I mean, you gotta like it is a male dominant. It's a male dominant industry, but you got your girls
kill it in this industry. Women are the best fucking people in logistics. Like,
right.
I love working with women in this industry because it's more like, I don't know, y'all get it. And I say y'all, probably gonna make me sound bad, but like, it's more of an understanding, like the ebbs and flows of things. It's not like, ooh, I'm Mr. fucking shipper here. It's like, do y'all understand it? Women in logistics are bad.
If I think that just anyone in general, woman or man, if you start putting your emotion involved in your business, like you're already screwing yourself over. So I'm not worried about those comments, Mrs. Peterson. I'm not worried about those comments.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I hate working with my wife. She does payroll, and she's always threatening to quit if I don't buy her a purse.
and you know what, though? That right there is the number one reason why I get carriers for dispatch service, because they call, like, my wife's trying to dispatch for me, and she sent me here and here. And so that's just a sign on for me, because a lot of carriers, they get frustrated with their wives trying to dispatch for them. They can't do it.
She won't dispatch. My wife, she goes, if we get divorced, I said, you're keeping the trucking company. And I was just like, but what if I want to split it 50-50 with you? She don't want it at all. I can barely get her to do payroll.
So I don't know if you watched last night, but my news article, that's why Robert married. That's not true, Kyle. I married her because when I joined the Army, she wouldn't get any benefits if we weren't. Don't. Scared of intelligent girls, bro. I'm afraid of women, period. I literally told someone today that if America wants to win every single war that we're ever in for the rest of our time, we need a military of all women, because there is no destructive force more powerful on this earth than a woman on a fucking mission. Like, dude.
Right, but see, here's the problem with that. Women can get along as well. Like, it's sad, but women don't get along as well as we should to take over. So
y'all need.
I don't know. I think the funniest thing I've heard is, like, think about Vikings. you see a bunch of ships coming in. You're just a little Ireland boy, and it's like, oh fuck, they're gonna pillage and rape our women. But if they raised a gay flag,
dude,
it's like,
hey,
oh fuck.
Is someone who is into Viking heritage? Matter of fact, Kyle, my Viking homie.
Vikings, the scariest thing for the men there.
Both Kyle and I, we both hail from our families hail from Denmark. But I'll tell you, dude, the most feared warriors in Viking culture were females, the shield maidens. Like, dude, there are so many stories of how like badass these fucking ladies were. Like, they really were. They were, dude. And there are cultures in this world. I'm not going to say what they are, but they literally are afraid of being killed by a woman because they think they will not get what they're due in the afterlife. So, like, let that attest to like really how fucking awesome they are.
The creator of life, the end of life.
Dude, yeah, but
that's right.
What I was going to say, Jessica, is last night my news article was actually about DHL. Like, they're partnering with the Girl Scouts for, which I think this is amazing on two ends. A, they're partnering with the Girl Scouts, but B, they are creating a badge for the Girl Scouts. It's a logistics badge. And their whole purpose behind this is to continue to try and continue to get the, women more involved in our industry, because just like truckers, JB, I don't know if you know this, but in the driver community, women make up less than 10% of all drivers. That's company drivers, owner operators, everything. I don't know what the statistics are for the other side of the industry, brokerages, trans managers, stuff like that. But dude, I'm all for it, and I'm not trying to say this shit to be politically correct, because honestly, I mean, dude, cancel me. I mean, what are you gonna fucking cancel?
And you know what? And you know what? Like, shout out to those women that are, like, kudos to them, because they're doing it. They look good doing it, and I won't get my CDLs because I'm 4'11". I don't know if I'll reach the pedal.
Are you really that short?
I am, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. Oh,
yeah.
man.
Scary as
you know what?
woman.
There are women that are doing it, and they look amazing. They look amazing doing it. So, shout out to them.
So fucked up, Kyle. You are so horrible, Kyle.
Wow. I saw
Wait,
that.
Messed up.
Let me say something. Kyle talks shit, but
hey, you know what? I like to talk shit too, so that's perfectly fine. I'll make a killer ass thing, Kyle.
80%, I would say, of our company are females, and I don't know if he did this by design, but I'm gonna tell you, as a broker, and JB, maybe you can confirm this as a carrier, dude. Drivers, they're lonely. Like, when someone calls you or you call and the female picks up the phone, let me tell you what, dude.
Y'all want to talk?
Well, hell yeah. My damn wife won't talk to me. I'm just kidding. If she's watching, I'm just kidding, baby.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've had carriers call me, not even for a service. They're just talking, and I'm like, hey, yeah, okay, cool. They get lonely out there.
That's just because we're lonely out here. We need somebody to talk to. Speaking, I tell my wife all the time, I have her fight my battles because she's like a demon on emails. So anytime like somebody gets out of line, or like a broker or something, and they send like a nasty email to my wife, she's like on that shit. Like, I think she could really stop the Israeli-Palestine war with an email. Like, she is so mean. She sent an email one time, and I thought I was in trouble, and I wasn't even tagged in the email. I just saw it.
That's good then.
Ooh, her hair's standing
you
up
got
on
a
the
good
back
one in your corner.
Man, she keeps her seats, as Deion Sanders would say. I don't even buck up to her, because she'd be like, "Oh yeah, well guess what tomorrow is? Payroll," and I'm like, "I love you."
You were so fucked up, man. Oh my God,
you've been on them mules. He's riding that mule.
I'll say, hey, I mean, I'm being for real here, dude. Like all the ladies that work here, like, I love them. One of my account managers for, I don't know, I wouldn't say they're my biggest, one of my top customers, but Josephine, man, she fucking slays it, bro. Slays it. We have this lady that works for us, bro. Her name is Lovely. Dude, Lovely.
Like, that's enticing.
Dude, it is so fucking funny. And there's a female here. Her name is Rovi, and I call her Boss Rovi because, dude, she runs everything. Like, she is like probably Kyle's like right hand woman, and it is like she'll say something, and Kyle will say something, and I'm like, Kyle, you better not talk to the boss like that.
God. This man's clearing his pockets.
Oh my God.
That's not funny, Kyle. This is a PC show, all right?
We gotta do. She's.
Should I forward it to you? Damn. I get scared when emails start going around.
Oh, bro, dude. Hey, let me tell you, my wife. I literally have to rein my wife in, dude. She is the sweetest, most empathetic person I've ever met in my life, but she is also the most vicious, terrifying human I've ever met in my life. Like, I mean, dude, if we ever divorce, like, I'm not even gonna fight it. I told her I want two things. I want my surround sound and my 75-inch Samsung OLED TV, and I don't give a fuck what else you take, because I'm not going to get anything else out of this relationship. Screw you, Kyle.
I don't know, man. He's kind of dethroned you at this point.
That's right. She will say words that make me rethink my whole life. JB, how long have you been married, dude?
Dude, we actually just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, but we've been together for seven total years.
Oh, that's it. Oh, y'all some new, bro.
Yeah, we're newlyweds, but it's still the same shit. Ain't no different. I don't see what everybody's talking about.
Hey, listen. Well, hold on, Kyle. I just did back-to-back best months in business, dude. I know on the crack.
Dude.
I just did back-to-back best months in business. You know why you hired me, you little.
Did you see that comment he said?
Yes, I did. He said, and I'm not going to say no names on the show, but I possibly just brought you the newest member of our team, bro. I'm even a recruiter for you. So that's why you hired me. Matter of fact, Kyle, I need you to give me a recruitment bonus. If you hire
Pump the brakes.
I need a recruitment bonus. 12 months of pain. No pain, no gain. That's for you, JB.
12 months of pain, baby. No pain, no gain. Let's go, JB. There ain't no pain. The only pain is she's my payroll lady. That's it. She'll be like, I need you to proofread this email. I start reading it, and I'm like, holy shit. I said, did you send this already? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, then why am I proofreading
it? That's funny, bro. That's funny.
Our emails are so different. So our emails are linked through Google, right? So I have my own JB Rhodes email, and then she's got her own email. But we can see each other's stuff. And like when somebody will message, it's like funny, like I talk like a caveman. Yes, we are over at delivery. But then like her shit's like all professional and like all these big words and shit. This is like totally different. They were like, this dude's got to be like Jekyll and Hyde. He starts sounding like a caveman, then he sounds like an intellectual person.
Ooga booga.
Pretty much.
Let me tell you, hey Kyle, Pedro and Hunter, we're a package deal, bro. You can't have one without the other. My wife said, no, Kyle, she said, no, I need that money to pay my bills. Don't fire him. Oh, dude, hey, so I want to tell you, my wife and I, we've been together since high school. We had our first son when we were in high school. We've been together ever since, and I'll tell you, bro, it doesn't get any better And it kind of doesn't get any worse the longer that you're together. Dude, you just my wife and I like say shit to each other that like if we were like just boyfriend and girlfriend, people are like, God, they're so horrible to each other. Or if they don't know that we're married, they're like, man, they're so horrible. My wife will walk through the store and she'll start pinching me and grabbing me, and I'll just yell, get the fuck off of me. And people just
dude, for real. I get tired of getting my ass pinched when we go. But like, stop! What are you doing? We're in public.
My wife is on this thing. Like, she keeps doing that stuff, and she's like, "You grope me," and I'm like, "Yeah, but women like it."
Yeah, not in public.
No, we don't. She is. Dude,
she be pinching my titties and shit. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm sitting in the store acting like I got raped. Like, oh, what are you doing to me?
Oh,
oh yes, she does deserve hazard pay. But you want to know what? I gave her hazard pay. I bought her a house. She drives a $35,000 SUV. She has access to all my bank accounts, my 401k. So she gets hazard pay. What I need hazard pay. What are you talking about, bro? I'm the one that needs hazard pay because she's going to take everything from me. I'll have nothing, Kyle. So I'm the one that needs that extra money.
Mine and your wife are totally different. Mine wants goats and shit and alpacas. She don't want no SUV.
hell yeah.
She wants expensive ass animals for the rest of my life.
Honestly, my wife is the most non-materialistic person in the world, but I'm a traditionalist, man. Like I feel that the man is the head of the household. He should take care of his wife. He should pay the bills. He should support her, like everything, like whatever she needs or wants, you should be able to provide for her. And my wife, dude, she doesn't care about the brand new SUV. The only reason she got it is because we forced her to buy it because our old car got totaled out from hail damage. So, like, dude, she was happy with her 5-year-old SUV with hail damage. She didn't even care. She didn't even give a shit. She's like, it still turns on. The air conditioner still works. What more can you ask for in Texas?
That's all you need.
That's it, dude. Hey, and to make it relatable, dude, she drives a $35,000. I mean, it's used. I say new, but she drives the top of the line Mazda CX-5. I drive a 20-year-old Buick LeSabre base model. So there you go, man. That's where my allegiance lies, man. I give my wife everything she deserves, man. Because without her, I would not be where I am, dude. I mean, I really wouldn't be. The saying goes, and it is so true. Behind every great man is a better woman. Men, we're idiots. We fucking are. We are the most dumbest creatures on this planet. Like,
if you're listening, save this audio clip. No, I'm kidding.
we are. If you leave men to their own devices, bro, it is nothing but chaos. Like, we have to have women to like equal us out, dude. Because, dude, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my wife right now, I'm telling you, I would have no savings. Like, I would probably be living in a cardboard box and driving a McLaren. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where my
but you'd be the happiest mofo alive. No, I'm kidding.
Got him a McLaren.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Jessica is like, what did I get myself into with these fucking 3 testosterone overloaded sons of bitches?
It's all good.
Oh man, Kevin, we just dumped Robert's body in the desert. Hey, you know what, Kyle, or I'm sorry, as Hunter calls him, Burning Man, probably knows of some really good places to do that because he lives in the desert. I have held damaged cars like my cars like one went down.
This man's unhinged.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I do have an interesting question I'd like to ask Jessica.
Yeah.
So get back on trucking related topics. So let me ask you this. So let's say that I don't really use a dispatch service, but let's say I have an owner operator that just refuses to want to book his own freight, and say he himself wants to use a dispatch service. How would you go about trying to facilitate that?
I'd have to talk to him, see what he's looking for. So I cater to carrier needs. It's not like a one size fits all. So I have a conversation with him, kind of see what he needs, what services he's needing, and then I just kind of to whatever that is.
How would that reflect towards me though? So like, he's obviously booking the loads as JB Rhodes and not as himself. Would you be able to charge him separately detached from JB Rose, or would that be something that me and you would have to work out?
That would be up to you. Usually, if he's running under your authority, you would have to give him consent to do that. And then once you give him consent, I just kind of deal with him on my own without really having you involved. But if you decide that it has to go through you, then it'll have to go through you because he's using your authority.
Okay. And what about like the packets and stuff like that? I can just keep doing that on my own if need be. And
So whatever, like if you're wanting to be responsible for the packets, the carrier packets, then you can. So I'm not going to do something that the carrier doesn't want. That's why, the whole power of attorney, I don't use one of those. I never have. I've never agreed with them. And anybody who does, I kind of feel like it's.
Now, how does that work in return to brokers? So since you guys are more on the brokerage side, how do y'all feel about that setup?
Wait, so I was texting like 4 people because people are DMing me about or texting me about the show right now. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. So I heard about you, JB, about the guy running loads under for you. So give me a quick synopsis of it.
So basically, if a guy that leases onto me wants to use a dispatch service, but I want to keep that separate from my company, so the dispatch service will charge them. How does that reflect when a broker looks at that situation? Because typically, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, JB. Specifically,
I was just saying because typically they reach out to me and be like, "Are you guys using a dispatch service?" So they want to validate to see, if this is okay. So dude, I'm just curious.
So I am. That is exactly what we do. So I'll tell you, is a broker, dude. I have no problem dealing with dispatchers, man. They're a part of the industry and stuff, man. And we get dispatchers that call on behalf of carriers all the time. I don't think we've ever had, or I've never had a situation exactly like yours, but what we do, man, is we call, we pull up the owner's fucking information on the company. We call the owner, we email the owner. I mean, I'm not going to give away our trade secrets, but we have access to a ton of different softwares and technologies. I mean, we can pull up information on companies and people. Let's just say that. So as long as we verify it, we're fine. I don't have a problem dealing with this as long as I can verify that who you're working for is who you're working for. That's really the end of it. And I will say that as far as I know, we've been very successful in that. We have not victim to double brokering stuff, for quite a while, till we put our things in place. And I'm fine with it, honestly, bro, as long as I can verify.
And the gentleman Kyle said it right, what I just said. So if it's your authority, you just have to give that permission for him to utilize that type of service, and then with that permission, he can seek those services.
Okay, now and I'm just curious as I get more and more people leased on, it's just something that it just kind of just popped in my head. Now, how would that look on the brokerage side for you guys if there was multiple dispatchers? Would that kind of be
that is a huge red flag to me, man? So
that's what I thought.
I mean, it is. So JB, even if you're an owner operator, and I'm just not saying that you're a stupid guy, bro, and I'm probably going to tell you something that you already know, but man, you can't let that happen, man. If you're going to let your owner operators or lease operators have their own dispatch service, then you need to pick one service like Jessica, and that when you are a lease operator, hey, I dispatch for you, or you're going to use Jessica and Blueberry. I'm fucking doing it.
Every time. Last time.
Blue bonnet, sir.
No, bro. The last time I kept doing it too, I was like Blueberry, and it's dude. We're both Texans, and like that's the stupid thing is I know what the fuck a blue bonnet is, but anyway,
like the ice cream.
You're either going to dispatch yourself, or you're going to use this one dispatch service, and that's it. Because I'll tell you, and although all of those dispatch services that each individual uses, they may be reputable. I'm gonna tell you, man, when like you start having one carrier call in, here's an example: RMIS. We use RMIS. When we send RMIS out, like it shows us a list of the people that we have sent emails to, who we've called, like all of that stuff. So if say Jessica is handling your stuff 1 week and then a month fucking later, Jim Bob's dispatch service calls in and says, "Hey, I'm doing this," like that's a huge red flag. And that could look bad on you because someone could take that the wrong way and say, "Oh, well, JB Rhodes is trying to double broker stuff because they use multiple dispatchers." So it really could be a thing, dude. I say if you're going to allow it, JB, find yourself one good dispatch service and stick to that because, and also in that, think about this, what a dispatch service has to have to do business with you. They have to have your W-9, your LLC, your documents of origination, your fucking authority. Think about all the personal information that you have to give them to do business and act as you are. So, I mean, like right there, why would you want to spread that out just on that one note with more than one person? You know what I'm saying?
Right. See, I was just curious. I like to ask a lot of questions in that nature. So that's interesting to me. So one of the things that I run into, because I do things a little differently, is each one of the owner operators can technically dispatch themselves. So I get a lot of brokers calling and verifying. But the one thing I do to try to differentiate, to separate myself in that department, so I don't have to use big words, I don't have my wife here, is everyone has their own JB Rhodes email. So I'm Jason.Williams at JB Rhodes, and every driver has a JB Rhodes email set up so that they know that they're working for and with JB Rhodes. So I was just thinking in future, if I get more drivers and more guys want to lean more towards dispatch, just kind of pick one person, go with that person, and be like, you can use this person or you don't have to use this person. And, kind of partner that way a little bit.
And I'll be honest though, like, my guys, I put them in a whole different industry in transportation. I got out of OTR and stuff like that because when I saw those rates plunging, it made no sense to really, dispatch for them and then charge them a fee. I felt shitty doing that because I knew that the rates weren't what they once were. And so, so the OTR stuff, I don't really mess with it right now. Which is why, I'm hiring more people to come and do that, because when I transition my business, I transition more into oil and gas, and that's really what my focus is on right now. And then the government contracting also, that's going to be something else that I'm going to be heavily involved in pretty soon.
Hey Jess, do you mess with port drayage drivers by chance?
I have in the past, and I do have a contact that does port, a lot of port. They do here in Houston, and they do California.
Okay. Is that something that you've ever thought about getting involved in? Because obviously, you got the UIA and everything involved in the paperwork involved, I would say. I don't know. But
there's a reason why you're asking, though. Is there a reason why? Okay, why?
Because I'm Dr. Dre. Like, I'm always looking for people like you that have things in line with drivers.
He wants some damn drivers is what he wants. No, I'm kidding.
I want drivers. I want drivers with good. I mean, I just want good drivers, number one, but with port drivers or even in inland rail, like these accessorials that are at the bottom of the page, like you'll tell me this is the rate.
Yeah, I have a really good contact for the port and for railroad. I mean, I have a database of like 100, a little bit over 120 motor carriers, but that's not just trucks. Some of these are single truck owner operators. Some of them are fleets.
And that's fine.
So it's really kind of seeing what they want, because like I've explained before, I'm more of a trucker advocate. So whatever their needs are, like that's what I'm going to
do. Still trucking. Yeah. I mean, but like it's a niche, or a niche, whatever you call it, just like
however you pronounce it.
In the oil fields, like you understand what the work is. It's consistent. You set the rate, and it just goes as it flows. As is discussed previously, as it ends. And that's one thing with drayage for sure. Like, you talk to a customer, they say, hey, I need this for the rate. Cool. But you bring in X amount of carriers that are bidding on this. They need line haul, they need fuel, they need chassis days, they need pre-pull storage days, yada yada yada. But
yeah,
even if you agree on that rate at that day for X amount, however many containers are on a booking, or however many containers you're pulling in that month, there always seems to be some additional charges on the back end that just makes my life a little bit harder.
mm-hmm.
And someone like you who hires on people for the oil fields or any sort of, it's power units.
Yeah.
You're doing a single project. You got it there. Sounds like you got it pretty in line, and there's nothing on the back.
Most of my carriers are all not all, most of them are power only. So, and
exactly,
that's because
that's all that trade is.
Mm-hmm.
But with the little certification.
Yeah, because when they get into the oil field, most of the time they're not required to have their own trailer because the customer provides it. They're not not every carrier is going to have a chassis and the boxes. Well, those are supplied by the oil company. But
but even in drayage, you can go and rent a chassis, which I understand. You got your rental chassis days, and the days of there being a shortage of chassis is no longer. But there are a lot of it's power only. If you have the certifications, you can get in there, you can pull it out. It's pretty fucking easy, but these people try to really make it harder than it really is. And that's what frustrates me. Like, I've ran power onlys, but I don't know if that was something that you were involved in. I would love if you got involved in that, because you're a badass woman in the freight industry, and you know how to run. You know how to control. It's like herding cats. It's herding cats.
Herding cats.
Getting a push.
The hell?
Dude, think about this.
Let's listen to this.
I gotta hear this.
We're talking about unionizing drivers. Okay, that's like herding cats. Try to herd some cats. All right, everybody's gonna be like, all over.
Cats got claws and sharp teeth, buddy.
So do fucking drivers. So do drivers, man.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I can punch a truck driver in the throat. I ain't punching no cat in the throat.
Yeah, but I need Mama Cat to come down and tell these idiots, like, hey, you're going to make this. Don't bullshit around. You'll have consistent work.
Yeah.
And Mama Cat will take care of you. You get the milk. You'll get the bittens. You'll get your kitty litter on the end of the day and a little bit of fucking what's that cat crack? What is it? Catnip. You get a little catnip at the end of the week if you do your job good. And that is the fucking reality of it. It is so relative. Like, drivers need a woman.
I'm dying over here. I'm sorry. I can't.
Did I bring it together? Did I paint the picture?
I understand. I get what you're saying.
Jessica, she verbalized that, but in her head, she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?"
But
a lot.
But I got the message.
Hey, hey, there's another power of women, because my wife, dude, when I text, I have fat man fingers and I text some crazy shit. My wife is able to decipher everything I say, and Jessica just did the same thing. She was like,
I don't care, dude. I'm a guy.
That makes no sense.
Men are dumb. Women are smart. Okay.
Absolutely. You're not helping us at all right now.
I don't care. Jessica has the power to do something that my dumb ass cannot.
I will say that Hunter may have just turned us on to an industry that no one has touched on yet. Bro, we need to get into cat herding.
Yeah, cat wrangling. That's what I heard.
Y'all ever tried to herd some cats?
I know a guy that grows his own catnip.
Do you really?
Dude, for real, my wife knows a guy. Every once in a while, he gets catnip.
But dude, I grew up on a farm or I didn't grow up on a farm, but my great grandparents have a farm out in Alabama. Dude, had the fucking farm cats, outside cats. You try to get all them motherfuckers in a circle, impossible. Impossible, but you got some catnip. Probably gonna have some cats coming around being like, hey, this is some good shit. Let's keep on this, you know. It takes one little bit to get the idle mind in sync.
I get what you're saying.
And I'm probably, I mean, shit. Thank you, Jessica. I'm in Dre's. I'm an insane motherfucker for even diving into this sector of the industry. But
hey, you know what I wanted to get into? I wanted to get into to dump trucks.
Oh, teach us about dump trucks. I don't know shit
on.
Except hey, those motherfuckers make money. Hey, forget what you heard, dude. I had a dump truck guy school me. That dude works like within a 60-mile radius of where he lives in the valley. Dude makes like $250,000 a year as a freaking dump truck driver. Like stupid fucking money, man. Stupid money.
So
yeah, that's I know. Like Houston, we're heavy in dump trucks, and so that's just that's something that I wanted to get into.
My brother-in-law works for a big construction company. He's an engineer, and he was telling me about all the dump trucks and stuff and how much money they make. And they make bank. And he goes, you know, the ones that really make bank are the ones that are minority and women-owned. Like, he was like, straight up, you need to put your trucking company in your wife's name so that it's now a woman-owned business. And then go get you a dump truck because you get first dibs on accounts being a minority and woman-owned business.
Yeah, they actually have contracts that are set aside. Even with the government contracting, they'll have contracts set aside that are for women-owned, small business, minority-owned. So yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah, I just want to be like, I identify as a woman. Can I get the contract?
Oh, okay.
But it don't work that way.
Hey, I would tell y'all, I'm glad that you brought that up, man. I learned something about like why they ask those questions and shit is because, you know, it's like it's a federal law that every company has to do X amount of business with a minority, whether, you know, it's, you know, ethnicity or sex or whatever it is. And the guy that I was helping, you know, operate a truck, man, you know, he's a black guy and he's a veteran. And I've been telling him, like, bro, like, dude, you got to go get those certifications, man. You got to get the veteran-owned business certification. You got to get the black-owned business certification. You got to do these things because, like, it does help you and stuff, man. That's funny you brought that up, man. That is so freaking true. And I stumbled upon a post, I don't know, probably about a month or two ago, where drivers were actually saying exactly what you were saying, JB, that they had either set their MC up in their wife's name or they were moving it over into their wife's name for business reasons, man, because not only will it help you with business, but there's programs out there that, like, you can get business loans, you can get like various tax credits, like there's all kinds of shit out there if you can label yourself as a minority business. And again, I want to touch minorities, just not race. It's sex, it's race, it's religion. Like it's a plethora of shit. So
yeah. All you got to do is just do like a 51-49 split on your articles of organization and make her a majority owner. Only reason I haven't pulled that card is because if I give my wife 51%, she'd be like, "Yeah, we're just gonna close down because I hate trucking." So I just stay the sole owner. So I ain't even trying to go there. But I mean, it gives you a boost, and everybody out there should take advantage of that. It gives you a leg up. It gives you access to probably contracted freight, and gives you a better option when you bid on loads to get freight.
Yeah.
It does. But anyway, tell us about dump trucks, Jessica. Tell us about them dump trucks.
I don't know much about them. That's what I want to get into. I'm going to self-teach and kind of, you know, outsource a little bit and really get into it. I just started noticing one day here in Houston, like we are like populated with these trucks, and I'm like, okay, I wonder how this industry works in transportation. And so, yeah, that's I do have an ex-carrier of mine who who does a lot of dump trucks up in Baltimore. So gonna be connecting with him and kind of learning that game so I can bring that here to Houston and see what that's about.
I don't know anything about it. I'll tell you. I think doing like what you do and like period, but also as a dispatcher, like I think that is a right ass industry for y'all. Cause I'm gonna tell you as a broker, like I don't know how the fuck a broker would really get involved in that. I mean, how do you like dump trucks, it's all rated on tonnage. Dude, like for real, I don't know if any broker did mess with that stuff. That's all super small, local, regional, like and that's a real good like niche industry.
I tried that before for like waste removal and shit, and it's like
even
that's staying in your lane.
Even the end dumps, that's very local, regional too. The aggregate, I mean, we were using a lot of end dumps in oil and gas, but I know that primarily it's more of a local thing. So that's just a whole different trailer type that I don't see a lot of people really, using that in their business. So, but I do have a lot of end dump carriers as well, because, as I said, we had some customers in oil and gas that needed them at some point, and so I will send them over there. But a lot of those end dump guys, they are in a day cab because they're just local. So it's kind of hard to send a day cab to an oil field when they're out there, weeks at a time. I have guys that stay out there months at a time.
Man, my brother did oil and gas for a short time up in or he lived in Weatherford, so he did it like on the Permian Basin and stuff. I used to talk to him and he used to tell me about that shit. Like, and I also want to say my other brother is also a petroleum engineer. So like he goes out and helps say, hey, this is where you need to drill this fucking hole because this is where the oil's at. But my one brother that worked in the oil gas industry as a driver, like he would sit there and he'd call me and he would sit on site at a well for like 2 or 3 days, like in a place middle of flipping nowhere, sitting on a well to do. I can't remember what he hauled, but whatever he did it at the beginning of the well and then he did it at the end of the well. So whatever it was.
Then it was probably the frac sand because they have the pre-fill. And they're gonna sit 2 or 3 days if they have like some sort of maintenance on that well or they're having some sort of issue. I mean, they will sit hours to offload, but usually when they're waiting 2 or 3 days, it's because they might have something going on at the well site.
Have like a problem or something that.
Yeah, but it is it's repetitive. It's time consuming. Because you might be doing, loads back to back to back. And then I know one time we had a customer that they shut down their well over a beehive and that costed like a whole day. So all those, you have all these trucks, 100 trucks lined up and they're just waiting in that line to get offloaded.
Hey, Jessica, not to move back off this, but I'm a backtrack up. Kyle keeps switching between my personal page and my group page. So on the group page, it doesn't show his name. But if you're trying to get into it, here's a first little tidbit. So what I think he's saying here is like super easy. Call the quarries. Call these quarries. Call all those places and like get business with with contacts with them and say, hey, like I can help you out. And here's the second thing. My sister's boyfriend drives a Pete dump truck locally here in New Hampshire. They never go through brokers. They just pick up 25 tons of dirt, drop it off.
Right.
So there you go. Like, I mean, again, that would be a perfect, obviously perfect little niche thing. So if you think about getting into it, man, hey, chase that money, Jessica. I mean,
because I haven't really heard of people really, in that lane of trucking. But I see them everywhere. Like you can't go down the street without seeing a dump truck here in Houston. So I'm sure there's definitely something in it. It's got to be.
Yeah, they advertise while you're going down the road. Just look at those, the name on the side of the trucks and call that company. And I'm sure they got contracts sitting there waiting on you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never thought about doing it. And I'll tell you, I did rock hauling on a flatbed for about 3 weeks and I fucking hated it. Like, I will never ever do it again. As much of a man's man I am the cleanest man's man there is, and that type of work just was not for me. The truck was filthy, the job was filthy, the hours straight sucked, the equipment sucked. I would never do it, but I will tell you that the guy I worked for, he did pay well, and I mean, there was a ton of business. It was a one truck operation, and like when I left, he was talking about bringing on another or buying another truck. And the ironic thing about it is, Jessica, is that I remember him and I having a conversation about, why he doesn't have more trucks and all this other stuff. And he said it was simply because like it's such a small industry and there's so few owner operators involved in it. He's like, it's just hard to find people that understand what's going on. Like, I'll tell you, if you're a flatbedder and you've ever hauled rock versus anything else, it's a completely different game. Like completely different. Like it just the strapping, the weights, the positioning of everything, the place you deliver, the place you pick up, all of that stuff. And I'll also say this: when it comes to DOT, you want to talk about someone that is fucked with more than any other truck on the road, rock haulers and concrete drivers. Boy, I'm gonna tell you what, that is hey, you know what, Hunter? We need to have Joe back on and explain to us why DOT hates rock haulers so much.
Oh, he'll crack the book, man. He'll crack the book wide ass open.
Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, Jessica, I think we're connected on LinkedIn. I'm actually trying to see if I can hook you up with that guy. He and the only reason I say that is because he is a former DOT officer and he's a huge compliance guy. And I think that he could be an incredible weapon in your arsenal. I know that you and I last year on the show you're talking about getting into compliance and some other stuff, and especially trying to venture into this rock things. Like I'm sure there's laws and DOT regulations that cover them and stuff that don't deal with other people for like the dump truck and everything. So I'm gonna put you up on there and let you hopefully you two can make a relationship and we can connect someone else, bro. If you do, Jessica, you let us know so we can shout it out on the show because we've so far made, I don't know, like 3 or 4 business connections on this show. It's freaking crazy.
We're like the eHarmony of freight.
Oh my God, that's so ridiculous.
You're the Christian Mingle of logistics.
No, hey, we are
farmers only. Freightonly.com.
Dude, I love it. Freight. Hey, Hunter, that's our thing, bro. Hey, that's our thing. Remember, somebody took only freight only. That is our new thing, bro. Freight only. Y'all hear? Hey,
you're never lonely at freightsonly.com.
Oh my God. Hey, I don't know if y'all watched the Halloween show, but we also are developing our mascot, and it is Father Freight, thanks to Hunter.
Father Freight.
Dude, you have got to go watch our Halloween show. Hunter dressed up like the Pope, and he just off the top of his head called himself Father Freight. And on the show, the first commandment of freight is thou shalt not double broker. The second commandment of freight is no detention will be paid if thou are late to the appointment.
Oh my God.
Dude, oh my God. Oh, anyway, we've been on for 2 hours. I got 1 beer left, and I don't even think I've eaten dinner yet. I don't even remember last time I fucking ate today. So I'm gonna go eat some food, but I so enjoyed this, bro. We got to do another Freestyle Friday. Like, I know we bounced around, guys, but like, dude, y'all weren't watching the viewers, but we had some serious viewers. Like, what y'all see on our screen is not the actual view because it only tracks like 1 page. So, like, we had some good stuff, had some sick ass comments. This is like probably one of the top 3 shows. I can't even say that because I think every show is like the top 3 show, but this was an amazing one. Jessica, I so appreciate you coming back on for real. And I just want to say again, like on air, like I'm for real sorry about earlier. Like, I have mucho fucking respect for you. You know that. You and I talk all the time, you know, like, so please do not let that reflect on, you know, on our show and our content. You know, you are always welcome here. I appreciate your professionalism, and I very much welcome every bit of information that you have to share with us. I truly do.
All right, no problem. That it wasn't anything personal on me.
Well, lions don't concern themselves with the thoughts of sheep.
I know. I'm just putting that shit out there, man. You know what I mean? I'm just putting that out there. JB, I want to say that I love how when we first started talking to you, that it was sunshine, and now
it's darkness.
Dude.
Hey, y'all know why y'all got so many views tonight, right?
Why?
Because I'm gorgeous, son. Everybody likes looking at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing.
You know, no. Hey, I actually have to agree. And Jessica, I actually blame you that we didn't have more viewers because you didn't come on here with a fucking beard. Like, I'm telling you, every time we have a show full of beards, it's great. So next time you come on, we need that beard. Like, for real.
We're gonna have to send it to her.
Hey, that's why Gizmo went off. Is because she wasn't wearing a beard.
They've been trying to get me to wear a beard since like September.
Hey, you know what, Hunter? I will personally go deliver it to Jessica, which would be awesome, dude. Because Jessica,
dude, Jessica, you are the one that called out that logistics was spelled wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I have a good eye for grammar and spelling, and so yeah, I saw that the moment it popped up. I was like, something's wrong with this here.
You're the first one.
I think we were on for like a month before anybody noticed it, and it was Jessica. And Hunter purposely did it. Like he accidentally did it, and then we noticed it. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking leave it up like that and see how long it takes.
That just shows the people are watching,
dude. And let's pull it full circle. That of all the people that have viewed, it was a woman that caught it.
I know, right?
It was, and she DM'd us. She was like, "Hey, dummies, logistics is spelled wrong. You want me to come in there and grammarly your asses?" Oh man. Anyway, does anybody have yes, does anyone have any exiting comments? And then we're gonna roll into our final sponsor break.
I don't. As always, it's a pleasure. So I'm good.
JB, anything to say before you go?
Keep the doors closed and keep rolling.
Bro, I know that's right. You ain't making no money if the doors are open. Brother, I feel you.
Stay away from them lot lizards.
Dude, hey, all right. So, all right. Before we go.
That's why rates are so high.
You just made me think of a story. And JB, how long have you been driving again, JB?
15, 16 years.
Okay, so maybe you remember this. All right, so when I was a driver, one of my most favorite things to do to entertain myself when I was out the road was when you're in truck stops. I'll tell you, the best CB traffic ever you will hear is when you're in a truck stop. You wouldn't think that drivers are on the CB when they're in a truck stop, but they are. And my favorite place to do this was in Amarillo, or obviously Texas. There's only one Amarillo, but dude, it's when there'd be lot lizards around, and you get on the CB, and you'd be like, "Hey, I'm in this Swift truck number, blah 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 blah," and you give like a real guy's truck number, and you watch. There's a lot lizard walks over and knocks on his truck. Oh my god, bro, that was like the funnest fucking thing ever, and it's great because you close your curtains, and then. Dude, everyone's curtains would be closed in a truck stop, and when a driver would do that, you would see everyone start peeking out their curtains to see where the lizard was going.
I am so glad CB radios aren't used that much nowadays.
Oh,
just
really?
For that reason.
They're not?
Not really.
Bro, I loved my CB, dude.
I loved it too, but they just don't use them that much. I don't even have one in this truck.
Hey, matter of fact, what the fuck kind of driver are you, JB? Seriously?
Look, I troll enough people on Facebook. I don't need to do it while I'm going down the road.
Oh man, I was a CD out, dude, and I'll even give a shout out to my wife, man. I still have this CD. I have an Army Edition Cobra LTD that my wife bought me for Valentine's or our anniversary, dude, in like 2009. I still have that thing sitting in my garage right freaking now. I love the CD, man. Oh my god, I loved it. But anyway, that was my little story, dude. I used to love getting on CB and sending a lot lizards, and we always did it to like Swift or Warner or JB Hunt. Like it was never the owner operators. We always fucked with those guys.
I swear to God, that reminds me of Thomas, because Thomas, one of my owner operators, if you go to a truck stop where he's at and he knows you're coming there, he did it to me one time. I don't have a CV. So it's like, hey boys, I'm pulling into the Loves right now. I'm in a blue and white Freightliner Columbia, pulling a Warner trailer. I'm going straight to the back. Line them up because I'm ready to service. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And I got to make that trek. I just turn around and leave.
Oh my god. Oh, bro, that is some funny shit, dude. That's hilarious. All right. Anyway, Jessica, do you have anything that you want to say before we get off?
No, sir. As always, a pleasure. Thank you for having me back on.
Hey, as we say in the military, don't call me sir. I work for a living.
Yes, Rob.
Yeah, but I can call you ma'am because because Southern men have to do that. We have to show respect. I call you ma'am, so you have to accept that. Hunter, what do you have to say before we leave?
I kind of want to have more drivers on about some white lizard stories, but
I'm surprised you hadn't already started your cat wrangling LLC by now.
Never said I didn't, man. Never said I didn't. That's just some low-key advertisement right there.
Please save that clip and put just a short clip up of just him starting to go into, we're going to wrangle these pussies, and we're going to get them catnip and cat toys. And then...
Hey, Jamie, you said that. You said that, and I am, because obviously all these shows saved to our cloud on our stream platform, and we can go save and edit clips. I am so going to do that, and I'm going to tag you in my Facebook group.
I just want to go back and see my facial expression before I start dying of laughter.
Hey, it's live time, man. It's live time. We'll put it on a T-shirt.
All right. Hey, we appreciate everybody who was on tonight. JB, Jessica, appreciate y'all. Y'all are welcome back anytime. I'm actually glad y'all came back on. This is the second time both of you have been on, and so we appreciate you loving our show and willing to deal with Hunter and I for the second go round. And we'll definitely have to do it again. And with that, we want to give our final shout out of the night, I should say, to Karen and King Insurance. Whether you're a broker or a carrier, Karen and King have you guys or can set you guys up with whatever insurance coverages you need. She also handles bonds for brokers as well. Obviously insurance is a very important thing in this industry. You want to make sure that you have your ass covered in the case of an event or an accident and have someone that can back you and deal with all the things that come along with risk. All right, so I want to say that we have a $25 Amazon gift card up for grabs for anyone that can provide the lyrics in plain English to that song. I know that it is reggae, but we want to know. So if you can tell
know that's reggae.
Dude, it is. It has to be reggae, bro. I think it's reggae. Either way, $25 Amazon gift card up for grabs. If you can tell us what the lyrics to that song are. And with that, we're also going to get into trucking service solutions. Platform out there, all you drivers, you're on the road. JB, hey man, take note of this. We actually had Igor on, man. It's actually a really cool thing. He doesn't have an app yet. They're developing it, but You go to that website, bro, and you're out there on the road. You need to find a scale, a rest area, a washout, anything, man. You go there, you enter your where you're at, the radius, what service you're looking for, and it'll populate results for you, man. So really cool tool. We're going to have Igor back on later to talk more about the platform as they continue to grow and add features. What the heck?
What happened?
All right, so I want to say Kyle has won the $25 gift card.
What the hell?
This, Kyle, oh my God, bro. I love you, man. You were a freaking absolute disaster, man. You were a mess. Kyle needs a woman in his life to get his shit straight. All right. With that, we want to say chunk the deuces. We hope to see you guys back next week. We have some really cool guests coming on. We got a guy from Carrier Assure coming on the show, and we also have Karen, who is a sponsor. She's also coming back next week. And Hunter's got some incredible guests as well lined up for the rest of the month. So we hope you guys continue to watch. We appreciate all the love, the support. Hunter and I have been getting a lot of DMs and people telling us how much they appreciate the content. And we just want to say we appreciate you viewers. JB, Jessica, we appreciate you guys as guests. Really without y'all, our content wouldn't be what it is. And you are always welcome on our show. With that said, Hunter, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Bean!